What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Tim Reynolds Show's live Football Friday talk right here on the Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and hope you're having a great start to your weekend on this beautiful Friday evening. Thank you guys for coming up to Tim Reynolds Show. We're going to talk a little bit about the college football playoff, as we are seeing the first ever 12-team college football playoff kick on later tonight, where we will see the University of Indiana take on Notre Dame, one of the big college football powerhouses that we know to this day. Notre Dame's taking on their in-state rival, the Indiana Hoosiers. All right, so we'll start here with that matchup, talking about this particular game here tonight, as the Notre Dame Fighting Irish come in as the 7th-ranked team in the country, 11-1, taking on the Indiana Hoosiers, who are 11-1 also heading into this game. And Freddie Freeman, Freeman, the head coach for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, will definitely be looking to try to get the running game going for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. As we see, going over some key players here for the team. As far as rushing goes for Notre Dame, we see Love has 134 carries this season for 949 yards and 15 touchdowns on the ground, and he's going to be very key in this one, as the running game is going to be one of those things that both of these teams need to make sure they start running the football early and try to dominate as far as that part is concerned, because going up against these defenses that don't give up a lot of points, it should be really interesting. Now, Indiana's got the one loss on the season against Ohio State, and that was a pretty bad loss. But Notre Dame has their only loss of the season being against the Northern Illinois University, which was a tough loss for them early in the season. And guys, I want to know down in the comments, who do you guys think is going to win this first matchup of the 12-team college football playoff in round 1, where we see the number 10 Indiana Hoosiers taking on the number 7th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish? Let me know, guys, in the comments. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, as we're going over all the teams here in the 2024 college football playoff. With it getting kicked off tonight, I figured, hey, man, let's have this nice little Football Friday talk here with everybody. Get the comments going, too, as well, and see what everyone got to say about this 12-team playoff. It's really interesting, the teams that were able to get in. We're going to see a lot of teams that could possibly really contend for this year's national championship game. But how good is that really going to be? We'll have to wait and see. All right, so we go over here, guys, for the receiving leaders for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. We see that Collins Beukes Collins has 34 receptions for 427 yards, only 2 touchdowns on the season for the 6'3" senior. Definitely a top target there for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, but they don't throw the football very well throughout the game, you know? What's going on, chat? What's up? Thank you for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. All right, so guys, that's the top receiving target for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And for the quarterback for the Irish, we see Riley Leonard. Has just over 2,000 yards passing this season with 16 passing touchdowns and 5 interceptions on the season. He's actually 13th in the country in QBR with a 79.0 rating. This guy's really been playing good football down the stretch for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, which is the reason why they got into the college football playoff in the first place. Able to defeat a very good Army team this year down the stretch, and also he's got this offense really clicking, but we do know that the defense for the Indiana Hoosiers is one of the best in the country, especially as far as the ratings go against the run, so they'll definitely have to try to show out in this one if they want a chance of winning this game. And guys, I want to to know in the comments, who do you think is winning this football game tonight? Is it the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, or is it going to be the Indiana Hoosiers here to kick off the 12-team college football playoff here in round one? I tell you what, I can't wait to check it out, guys. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys for hanging out here on this beautiful Friday evening. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everybody. All right, so we'll go over with the Indiana Hoosiers football team. As you see, their quarterback, Curtis Rourke, has over 2,827 passing yards on the season, 27 passing touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. And he actually has the third-ranked QBR in college football this season with an 85.7 rating this season for the Indiana Hoosiers quarterback. Now, we know the one loss for Indiana was against Ohio State. That wasn't very good for them. It was a pretty big blowout loss in that particular matchup for them, and it didn't really make them look good. But other than that particular matchup for this Indiana team, as you look at their schedule, to be able to roll off as many wins in a row as they did and really blow out a lot of their opponents, as we can see here, if we count just 40-point games, so 40-point games or higher for the Indiana Hoosiers football team, we see against Western Illinois, 77 points in the second week of the season, or their second game of the season. Their third game of the season against UCLA, 42 points scored. Against the University of Charlotte 49ers, 52 points scored. Against Maryland, 42 points scored. Against Northwestern, 41 points scored. Against Nebraska, 56 points scored. Against Michigan State, 47 points scored for him, man. This one is definitely interesting to see what's going to happen between these two teams. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Wow, we got 85 people in the chat. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. So we see that one big loss for Indiana, 38-15 against Ohio State, who was ranked number 2 at the time. But we see there, if we count this up, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. No, 8 games this season with the blowout win at the end of the season, 66-0, that we've seen this Indiana football team be able to score over 40 points in a game. That is crazy. Now, if their offense is able to keep clicking like they've been doing throughout most of the season, they should definitely have a chance in this matchup against the Fighting Irish. Now, looking at Notre Dame, we see for them a little bit inconsistent to start the season out as far as their offenses goes, right? But they still got a big win to kick off the season against Texas A&M. Now, because of that, we see they got a 23-13 victory, but of course they had a letdown the next week after such a big win for them as Northern Illinois beats them 16-14. That was a sloppy game for them, but since then, we've seen them rattle off wins to end the season against Miami of Ohio, who was in the championship game in their conference. The University of Louisville finished as the pretty good team in the ACC. They also beat Georgia Tech in the ACC, also beat a Navy team that was ranked at the time pretty good. They also beat a University of Army team that was undefeated at the time that they faced them, and were able to blow out a lot of other teams as far as maybe that should have been contenders. You see the University of Virginia, Florida State, Stanford. Those teams didn't really finish with that good of a record. You know, the University of Purdue, even USC didn't finish with that good of a record. But Notre Dame is able to finish with an 11-1 record this season, and they head into this playoff game with a lot of momentum in this football game, honestly. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. Now, this will be really interesting to see what happens going forward. Now, we look at the running game for the Indiana Hoosiers. We see they're led by Justice Ellingson, who's a number 6 running back. He's got over 148 carries with 811 yards this season and 10 touchdowns, averaging just over 5.5 yards per carry this season. And he's definitely going to play a big pivotal part in this matchup, because if the Indiana Hoosiers are able to run the ball very well against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, I really do think that that gives them the best chance of winning. But they do have the better of the two quarterbacks, in my opinion. So I do think they will be able to play pretty good on offense, but we'll see. I think this is really going to come down to how the defenses play. Now we see the top receiving target for the Indiana Hoosiers squad is Eli Surratt, or Surratt. Man, I hope I'm saying that right. Surratt. He's got 49 catches for 890 yards and 8 touchdowns on the season, averaging 18.2 yards per catch. Quite a lot, if you ask me. That's the leading target here for this Indiana Hoosiers squad as far as receiving goes. So look out for the 6'2 junior in this matchup, number 13, the wide receiver for the Indiana Hoosiers squad. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's go over my Florida Gators today in their bowl game, getting a huge victory to go to 8-5 this season, 33-8 against the Tulane Green Wave. And we see the Gators had a slow start to this one, only scoring 6 points in the first half, 2 field goals from this offense of the Florida Gators. As we see here, looking at the game summary here to start out the game. We see Tulane threw an interception on their first possession of the game. And then after that, the Gators were able to take advantage on a 9-play, 61-yard drive to get the field goal for them to get the 3-0 lead to start out the game. A 43-yarder. And then after forcing a punt, the Gators offense throws an interception, which led to Tulane having good field position, but unfortunately, they missed the field goal there and aren't able to take advantage at the end of the first quarter. And then on the next drive, the Gators make them pay on a 9-play, 54-yard drive with just over 9 minutes, just over 5 minutes, I should say, taken off the clock, as they're able to connect on that one with a 44-yard field goal to get the 6-0 lead just before halftime, or I should say, just before we started seeing so many turnovers. We see a punt then by Tulane on their next drive, 3-and-out. Interception thrown by the Gators after a 10-play, 71-yard drive. And then back-to-back punts, 3-and-outs for both teams. And turnover on downs for the Tulane Green Wave. And then the Gators would just kneel it out before the half. And then to get to the second half, we see the Gators force a 3-and-out to start the second half. And then we see on the next drive a 10-play, 59-yard drive for the Gators to get the field goal to go up 9-0. The next possession, their defense is able to get an interception. So off of that turnover, the Gators finally get their first touchdown of the game to go up 16-0 in this one. As we see DJ Lagway able to connect with Tony Livingston on the 7-yard TD reception there to put them up 16-0. And then we see Tulane actually got another turnover there from the Gators defense, as they had to turnover on downs, and the Gators get a field goal after that on a 7-play, 35-yard drive to get a 19-0 lead. And then we see the Gators were able to play some pretty good defense before scoring a couple of touchdowns late in the fourth quarter. We see 4 plays, 34 yards for the Gators, then to go up 26-0 off of KD Daniels, who was able to get in and get the 25-yard TD run to give the Gators a 26-0 lead. And then later on the next score from the Gators, the backup able to get the ball in the end zone. Or I should say Anthony Rudio was able to get the 9-yard touchdown for the Gators to put them up 26-0. And then we see Tulane able to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion as well, after the Gators scored that touchdown to make it 33-0. And then Tulane gets the touchdown at the end of the drive with a 2-point conversion to make it 33-8. as the Gators get a huge victory. And now looking forward to next season, I really do think the Florida Gators are going to be one of those teams that are really able to compete in the SEC. What's going on, everybody? Please make sure you like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Welcome to this Friday football talk, man, as we're fixing to see the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on the Indiana Hoosiers in the college football playoff first round. Let's go. All right, another game played earlier today in college football. We've seen Ohio University Bobcats at 11-3 get the 30-27 victory over the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. 30-27. As we see the stats here for both teams, Parker Navarro, the starting quarterback for the Bobcats, had 254 yards passing, 1 passing touchdown, 1 interception, but he also led the team in rushing with 112 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns for them to get the victory. Yes, all Gators won in the Gasparilla Bowl. Coleman Owens, number 6, was the top receiving target with 11 receptions for 140 yards in that matchup. And for the Jacksonville State team, Tyler Huff had 366 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. We also see in the running game, weren't able to get anything going as they had 34 carries for 38 yards as a team for the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. But Cam Vaughn, number 18, had 10 receptions for 184 yards and a touchdown. And Jared Bowie, number 9, was able to add in 4 receptions for 107 yards. But unfortunately, Jacksonville State comes up short as they lose 27-30 over the University of Ohio Bobcats. All right, so we're looking at the bracket here, guys. Guys, right now we're watching the Notre Dame versus Indiana Hoosiers. Right now we're at the coin flip. And Notre Dame wins the toss, and they will defer. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. All right, so in this particular game, it's at the bottom of the bracket as we see number 2 Georgia gets the bye in this part of the bracket. As we see the number 10 ranked University of Indiana taking on the number 7th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Riley Leonard likes to use his legs. How do you contain him?
That's a big key right there. Design quarterback runs, and when he drops back, gets out of the pocket, we cannot let that happen all night long.
Yeah, they definitely have to make sure I like that interview there from the Indiana head coach. They have to make sure they control Riley Leonard's legs in order for them to have control of this football game.
You can't play football. You have to play football and be attacking, have an attacking mindset. I just told those guys, though, it ain't about all the talking stuff. It's about your actions now, and our actions got to speak loudly than that.
And Freeman, the head coach, sends a big message to his team saying they definitely have to make sure they tackle soundly, ignore the noise, and get ready for a big football game. And he also reminded his quarterback that he's good enough to be on this stage. Big wise words coming from the Notre Dame head coach. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so going over to who could possibly one of these teams who they could possibly be facing in the next round of the 12-team college football playoff, as whoever wins this game will advance to the All-State Sugar Bowl, where they will take on the number 2 Georgia Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs will possibly be without, or should be without actually, their starting quarterback Carson Beck in this particular matchup. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens here, guys. And then up the bracket, we see Boise State got the bye on the top part of this bracket as the number 11 SMU Mustangs take on the number 6 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions. And now we got a kickoff here and fair catch for the Indiana Hoosiers as they're going to start out on offense here. And Curtis Rourke, 5 seasons with Ohio, transferred over here to the Indiana Hoosiers where he's got 27 passing TDs, which is one shy of the University of Indiana record. And his QBR is 3rd in college football. So at the top part of the bracket, number 12 Clemson takes on number 5 University of Texas, and they'll face the number 4 ranked Arizona State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, whoever wins that matchup. And now Roque here on first down hands it off, and it's blown up in the backfield as Notre Dame's defense comes up big already in their first possession on defense. And that's not the way Indiana wanted to start out, going backwards on their first play. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. So it looks like 2nd down and 13 now coming up for Indiana. Rourke in the shotgun. He's going to look to throw. Blitz coming. Actually, 4-man rush. And oh, behind the back as he tried to get the back shoulder throw to his top target on the right side. But number 15 has the coverage. And number 3 goes down hard. Looks like he's a little injured on the play. What's up, Sam? All right, here we go. 3rd down and 13. Throw over the middle is incomplete, and a quick 3-and-out for the Indiana Hoosiers. And now we'll see the Notre Dame Fighting Irish get the ball on offense here in the first quarter. That was a quick 3-and-out from the Indiana offense. Not the way they wanted to start this one. So I think Clemson and Texas is definitely going to be one of those games that should be a little bit closer than the experts think, that's for sure. And then as far as number 4 ranked Arizona State, they have a scary offense. They really do. Scattaboo, the running back there, could have been one of those guys in a different season that could have finished in the top 4 of the Heisman voting. But this year there was just a lot more ballers, really. And especially when you've seen the way Alshon Jenti, the running back for Boise State, played this year. Oh, my goodness. And here, see, Riley Leonard comes in with a 10-0 record since the loss to Northern Illinois. 241 total yards per game, responsible for 29 touchdowns and only 4 turnovers. Now, another big matchup tomorrow night. Number 9, Tennessee, taking on number 8, Ohio State. That's going to be a battle of the defenses, battle of the trenches to see who's able to win that one. All right, Riley Leonard here on 1st down and 10 in the pistol formation for Notre Dame. And they'll hand it off here. Number 4, tackled behind the line as the Indiana Hoosiers defense sniffed that one out.
Sending an early message with a loss of a yard. CJ West is the big physical run stopper in the middle. He is outstanding, but not to be overlooked. James Carpenter wearing number 99 and Mikhail Kamara.
So that's Love, number 4, with a loss of 1. Now on the 40-yard line, Riley Leonard in the pistol formation. We'll see what he can do here. Ball is snapped, looking to throw, still looking, gets it off. It's tipped, and that's intercepted. The Indiana Hoosiers defense comes up huge here. Wow. Wow. Well, that's not how you want to start a football game in the college football playoff. As the Indiana Hoosiers defense comes up big here as we see the defensive lineman, number 99, gets his hands up. And number 5, the cornerback, able to get the interception. And now the University of Indiana will have great field position at the 40-yard line. Wow. What's going on, chat? Welcome to Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel as we got University of Indiana coming back out on offense. Ball on the 41. Shotgun formation for Rourke. He'll hand it off up the middle. A nice run right there. Gets him about 4 or 5 yards on the play from number 17, but there's a penalty flag on the play.
And the first flag of the night is going against IU.
And we got holding on the offense, and that'll back him up.
Carter Smith, the left tackle, who has started every game for Indiana this year.
And he has a tough assignment working against Riley Mills, who at 6'5", tries to go right around him. Smith tries to grab him around the head, and that's obviously going to get called every
So that's going to back up the Indiana Hoosiers offense in this one. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. It's Football Friday, baby. We're talking about some games and some of the teams in the college football playoff. Right now, we got Notre Dame taking on the University of Indiana. First down and 20, they'll hand it off again. And that's only a gain of a couple yards on that one.
Riley Mills, one of the Irish captains, the grad student having his best season, number 99.
Mills has been so important to this defense over the last few weeks, with Howard Cross, their other outstanding defensive tackle, being out for about a month. He's now back. They feel like he's close to 100%. But Mills has really plugged up the middle of that defense admirably in his absence.
Howard Cross hasn't played since November 9th against Florida State, a high ankle sprain. He's one of the best interior defensive linemen in the country.
All right, here we go.
They think he'll play tonight.
Second down and 17, another handoff, and that's going to be another short gain.
A gain of 3.
And Tyson Lawston, number 17 with the carry, and now a big third down and 14 coming up here.
Right now, Notre Dame doesn't have very many defenders in the box, which is inviting Curtis Rourke to hand it off. And as a result, they haven't gotten many looks in the passing.
Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please like and subscribe. As we see here, a big third down and 14 for the University of Indiana, trying to take advantage of the turnover. Ball is snapped. Rourke looking to throw. Blitz coming from the Irish. Downfield. He's got a man in number 13. Somehow makes the catch with a defender draping all over him. I don't know how there's not a penalty flag for pass interference or holding. As we see here on the 1-and-1. Yep, 29 grabbing the arm of the receiver. And somehow 13 still makes the catch. And now quick up here, Rourke snaps it, throws it across the middle. Oh! And the Irish! The defense gets the turnover! Oh my! Talk about momentum shift, folks. We're covering the University of Notre Dame in Indiana, and oh my goodness! Wow! Notre Dame with the interception there. Holy crud. So after the University of Indiana gets an interception on Notre Dame's first possession of the game, we seen the Fighting Irish fight back and get an interception of their own after the biggest play of the game from the Indiana offense. Oh my goodness. So Rourke completes the pass to Elijah Serrett for 28 yards down to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish 17-yard line for a first down. And now just threw an interception. So now the Notre Dame offense will have the ball back at the 2-yard line to start their next possession. Wow. Notre Dame versus Indiana. Let's go. Man, thank you guys, man. We got 102 people on the show. Let's freaking go, everybody. How about them Gators today, dog? Hell yeah. Finished the season at 8-5. Man, who would have guessed that at the beginning of the year? Go Gators, man. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, man. All right, so going back over some of the other college football games while we're here on commercials. So, number 11, SMU goes to Penn State. That's going to be at Beaver Stadium at 12 p.m. on Saturday. Penn State, that's a tough place to play, man. State College in Pennsylvania is a tough place to play. It'll be interesting to see there if the fans are going to be pumped up and ready for that matchup. Man, as we see here on the replay, Rourke, number 9, looking back to the right and to the left. And look, he's got a guy wide open on the left side and tries to force the ball across the field and definitely didn't even have a man open on that one. Yeah, coach did not like that. And now Notre Dame takes over at the 2-yard line. Leonard in shotgun. He hands it off to Love. Love breaks through. He's got some room. He gets past the 20, past the 30, past the 40, past the 50. He's going to be gone, and he's going to go into the end zone for a Notre Dame Fighting Irish touchdown. Oh, my. No flags on the play. 98-yard rushing touchdown. Oh, my goodness. What is going on? Ghost K7, what's going on? Frank, welcome to the chat. Sam, welcome to the chat. Tyler, what's up? We got AK, what's up, man? Big Dog Baseball, what's up, man? Thank you, guys. Jamie, what's up in the chat? Hi, wifey. How you doing, baby? Welcome to the chats, guys. And we see here on the replay, Love able to go to the left side of the line, breaks through, and he's just off to the races, and no one is catching Love as he scores a 98-yard touchdown run. And quarterback Riley Leonard is loving it, and so is head coach Friedman. Let's go Fighting Irish. Ronnie, what's up, brother? Thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you guys. Woo! Man, Tim Reynolds Show needs to get a drink. Let's go. Woo! There we go.
Growing up in St. Louis, Missouri, ran a 10.500 to win the state championship while in high school. He can run, and he can also run you over. He can jump over you. He is a tremendous player.
So Notre Dame now leads the University of Indiana 7-0 with under 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel.
So Indiana has not trailed much this year. They hired Kirk Cignetti away from James Madison in November.
So how about Kirk Cignetti and what he's been able to do? 30 transfers, most in the Big Ten. And obviously that helped turn around this whole team. 11 wins is the most in school history for the University of Indiana. And they also lead the country with a 28.7 point differential throughout this season. And now here we go, their third possession at the 25. Rourke was going to hand it off, and it's 6. And he gets blown up in the backfield. That's a loss of 2.
There are the numbers. They won 9 games total in the 3 years before Signetti arrived. They won 11 this year. He's won everywhere he's been. Elon.
Yeah, Kirk Signetti's won everywhere he's been. But this offense here for Indiana now looking so good to start out. 2nd and 12 after that loss of 2. Rourke in shotgun. He was going to hand it off, but 6 finds a hole, and he's able to get that up close to a first down. A beautiful run there from Justice Ellingson. Number 6 gets the carry for 10 yards. And now 3rd down and 2 coming up here for Indiana. This is a crucial 3rd down for them. Intensify. What's going on, man? Yeah, dude, we just got done talking about the college football bracket. And are you talking about NFL Intensify or for college football? All right, so here we see 3rd and 2 for Indiana against Notre Dame. And there we see a handoff. Number 6 finds a hole, and he's going to have the first down for the Hoosiers offense.
811 yards in the regular season.
Hell yeah, Intensify, let's go. And Intensify wants to know about the NFL. All right.
Been pretty aggressive and have guessed right multiple times. That time they guessed wrong. They over-pursue with the deep tackle moving to the outside.
So that was a gain of 6 yards up to the 39-yard line for Indiana. And now 1st down and 10 for their offense.
Hoosiers from their own 39. 6 minutes gone by.
Oh, play action. And almost another interception thrown off the hands of the receiver, number 13 for Indiana. But Notre Dame almost gets another interception. Their 2nd interception of the game, that would have been.
For the season due to injury, they've had a number of other key injuries, and yet Al Golden's defense is killing.
All right, so for tomorrow games, for my boy Intensify on the NFL, we got the Texans at 9-5, taking on the 13-3 Kansas City Chiefs, who are 7-0 at home. And also the Pittsburgh Steelers at 10-4, taking on the Baltimore Ravens, who are 9-5 and 4-2 at home. Oh, breakout run from number 17 on Indiana as he gets it all the way into Notre Dame territory on that one. A big gain of 22 from Tyson Lawson, number 17, able to take that stretch play off the left side of the offensive line and get it up the field. That puts the ball all the way to the Notre Dame 39-yard line. So the Texans and the Chiefs, to me, Intensify is going to be the more interesting matchup, I think, here, just because, and the reason I think that is because I want to see how Patrick Mahomes really looks with that injured ankle. But also, the Texans need a win against a team with a winning record. The Texans need to prove themselves. They're already in the playoffs. They already clinched their division. But they need to prove that they're going to be contenders this year. So really, the Texans are out to prove if they're a legit playoff team this year in this game. And then also for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Baltimore Ravens, this one to me is the juicy matchup tomorrow. I can't wait to see it. Lamar Jackson's coming off his best game of the season against the New York Giants. He had 5 touchdown passes in that game. And Derrick Henry didn't have a very good game, so he's going to look to bounce back. So I definitely think that that's going to be big. And also look out for Zay Flowers, the wide receiver, because the Ravens are dealing with a lot of injuries right now. So after 2 short runs, it's 3rd and 8 here for Indiana. Ball is at the 37-yard line. Blitz coming from the Irish. And that one's overthrown from the Indiana quarterback. And that'll force 4th and 8. And I think they're just outside of field goal range.
It's going to come back out for Coach Signetti.
That's now a couple inaccurate throws so far from Curtis.
Oh, they're going to have to punt now. So all that momentum taken away.
Because a 1 for 6 start is very out of character for the 6th-year senior.
And man, how about that Thursday night football game, guys?
Evans with some pressure. Another short kick.
And oh my goodness, that was a terrible punt
And Kurt Signetti
at the 17-yard line.
directions. He had a couple of short punts from Evans. This one's just 20 yards.
20-yard punt. That's not going to do it.
Fired up.
Now the Irish come right back on offense. Yeah, so the football game yesterday on Thursday Night Football, guys. The Denver Broncos, 9-6 on the year now after that loss. 27-34 against the Chargers after they were able to score 15 points in the fourth quarter and really pulled away with it near the end. As we see the Chargers improve to 9-6. And now if the Indianapolis Colts lose on Sunday and also the Miami Dolphins. So if both the Colts and the Dolphins lose on Sunday, then that means the Los Angeles Chargers will clinch a playoff spot. As we see Justin Herbert, 284 yards passing on 2 passing touchdowns. And then also Gus Edwards, 14 carries for 68 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. And then we seen Ladd McConkey was the leading receiver for the Chargers with 6 catches for 87 yards in this ball game. I'll intensify asking about some NFL news. Yeah, I got to get some shorts made later on about that. Yeah, the Devontae Campbell one, the linebacker for the 49ers, that one was really interesting to me because, like, you could have said something to the coaches beforehand, man. Like, you should have had a conversation with them and said, hey, I don't really know if I feel like playing if you're just going to replace me with the guy who was injured and he's coming back healthy, right? That's a conversation you need to have. The other one, though, like, the Devontae Johnson one doesn't make any sense. Like, Johnson, you're not that good, dude. You have not been a decent wide receiver in the NFL for a few years now. That's why you got traded from the Steelers to the Panthers. And then the Panthers, one of the worst teams in the league, trade you to the Ravens, who pretty much got screwed here. Like, the Baltimore Ravens traded a 5th-round pick for this guy that they're never going to get back. And now he's gone. He's off the team forever. Oh my God, we got a Baker Mayfield hater in the chat. No. Hey, that's okay. Baker's only set a career high in touchdown passes this season and could lead a team to back-to-back division titles and back-to-back playoff appearances. And what have the Cleveland Browns done? Not so good. Not so good. Love it, though. Thank you, Monty. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for hanging out. Chiefs, baby, from Junior. Hey, Chiefs are solid as well, brother. And yeah, against the Texans, man, Chiefs right now a 3.5-point favorite. I really do think the Chiefs are going to win that matchup, man. The Texans haven't been able to beat anybody. That is a legitimate team this season, honestly. Like, they have to, if the Texans want to prove they're a legit playoff team, they got to win that game.
Price starts this possession at running back.
And we see a handoff there
He averages more than 7 yards per carry.
from Jadarian Price, number 24, gets a carry of 4 yards. And now 2nd down and 6 coming up here.
He's going to play college basketball. It wasn't until his senior year in high school that he was highly recruited as a quarterback by David Cutcliffe at Duke. Played 3 years there. Last for Mike.
Wow, guys, we got so many people on this live stream. Let's go. Welcome, everybody, to Tim Reynolds Show. This is Friday Football Talk, man. We're just talking about a little bit of games in the NFL Week 16. Also been talking about a little about the college football playoff. We got the game on here for you guys. We see the University of Indiana, the number 10th ranked team, 11-1, taking on the number 7th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and Notre Dame leads 7-0 here with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. And 38.5 points per game for this offense is actually the second most in school history for a single season for this Notre Dame team. Yeah, Monty, that game was crazy on Thursday. And we see a nice first down there from the Fighting Irish. as Riley Leonard's able to complete that pass to Bayou Collins. First down, Irish at the 31. Yeah, so the Broncos had a 21-0 lead, or I'm sorry, a 21-13 lead in the first half. And what was really interesting is that you've seen the first ever free kick, well, I shouldn't say first ever, but the first free kick in an NFL game since the 1970s. And the Chargers were able to get 3 points off of that, and that was pretty much the momentum swing on that Thursday night football game. And oh man, I tell you what, I was really impressed with the Broncos on offense, especially in the first half. Dude, how many guys can you utilize in one offense? Like, they were using everybody at the running back position, everyone at the fullback position. And both of these teams set an NFL high, completing to over 20 different players. Yeah, guys, over 20 different players got a reception in that Thursday night football game. That is crazy to think about. As we see Riley Leonard on 2nd and 10, dumps that off to his running back for a nice carry of about 8 yards. So 3rd down and short coming up here for the Irish. Yeah, intensify. It wasn't really interesting to me that Kirk Cousins got benched. You actually would have thought the Falcons might have done it earlier. Me personally, if I was them, I thought they would have done it before the Raider game, because that's a good game to get the rookie exposed. It's Monday Night Football, so you get an extra day of preparation, and they didn't do that. And they even had a late bye week where the Falcons could have sacked Kirk Cousins then, and then Michael Penix Jr. probably is playing better football right now. I don't know. We see Andrew, will Kirk Cousins go to the Steelers? Nah, I really don't think so, man. I think it's set right now for the Steelers. They're more than likely going to bring back Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, and more than likely that'll be their starter heading into next year. Russell's played too good for them not to try to re-sign him for next season. I honestly don't know where Kirk's going to go. I think the one big fit for Kirk would be Tennessee. I think the Tennessee Titans make the most sense for Kirk O'Chains. I really do. Fumble! Oh my goodness.
Indiana sideline wants it ruled an incomplete pass. But for the moment, it's a catch and a fumble. And
so number 88, the tight end there for the Irish on offense, he fumbles the ball after making the catch. And number 6 for the offense gets lucky enough to recover that fumble.
He did enough to warrant a completion, but fortunate that his teammate was right there to recover it.
And the refs are talking about that play right now. That was on 1st down and 10. The ball was at the 39-yard line. That takes it up to the 45-yard line, and they will rule it a catch and fumble. So now across the 50 here, down to the 47-yard line, it looks like, for the Indiana team. Hey, Trey, you make a good point there, man. If Tennessee's got a top 10 pick, they're probably going to draft a quarterback, right? So why would they try to pick up Kirk Cousins' contract, pay him all that money? It's a good point, man. It's a good point. When you got a high draft pick, you might as well use it on a quarterback when you need one, right? But who knows? They might not like the quarterbacks that are in this draft. But Cam Ward, Shadur Sanders, who are another couple guys maybe at the quarterback position that might be pretty good. Carson Beck was supposed to be a pretty good one. I'm not a huge fan of him as far as an NFL prospect, but that could be an interesting fit for Tennessee. You're right, man. Maybe Kirk should retire.
They're trying to fire off the ball for Price, who got 2.
No, Ghost K. So a free kick in the NFL is, I don't know the exact letter of the rule per se, but what I think it is after you get the ball on a kick, so on a kickoff or on a punt like they did, on the next play you can choose what's called a free kick. and they're not allowed to block it or do anything of it, it's kind of a way to like flip the field position, if you will. But you can still attempt a field goal, I guess. That I didn't know. And oh, a big play there from Notre Dame for a first down. A wide receiver screen to number 6.
And 184 pounds, but he was tough on the run after the catch for 9 yards and a first down.
And this is the screen game.
So a 9-yard catch and run from the wide receiver number 6 for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I can't believe how many viewers we got into the chat today, man. This is awesome. Wifey dear, could I have a drink and beverage? Hopefully she hears me, guys. Voice is a little raspy today. All right, so Jordan Faison was the one able to make that catch. And that gets it down to the 31-yard line, 1st and 10 for Notre Dame. We're approaching here a minute to go in the first quarter.
Mitchell Evans right here.
And we see on the second play, false start on the offense.
No, they're going to get you there. That's 2 mistakes, though. I mean, Evans, one of the most sure-handed, reliable guys they have on their roster. A couple early mistakes, though. All
right, let's get back to the comments here. Jamie wants to know, Jamie says defense will take apart Penix. Yeah, I think it's a bad time to really throw the rookie into the fire, if you will. I think that's definitely going to be tough. Hi, wifey. Oh, yes, please. Appreciate you. Woo, soda time. You guys know what time it is. Where we get that crisp pop of the soda can. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, yeah.
Who's trying to blow up the play. The receiver sees it. He goes and cleans it up, which allows.
That's what I'm talking about. Nothing like a soda to quench that thirst. You know what I'm saying, guys? All right, let's get back to the chat. Appreciate you guys. Welcome, Tyler. Welcome, Jamie. Hey, Jamie, we're popping off today on the channel, man. Let's go. Not really doing a play-by-play, even though we do have the Notre Dame Fighting Irish here on the TV taking on the University of Indiana. And looks like we are at the end of the first quarter, and Notre Dame leads 7-0 over the University of Indiana. Thank you, my wifey. Guys, I'm spoiled rotten, man. She bringing me drinks and everything. Love you, baby. Intensify, what's up, brother? I don't get to see you in the chat very often. Appreciate you hanging out here, man. I almost called up my boy Trucker John to see if he can come hang out with us. All right, guys, let's get to your comments here in a minute. Notre Dame leads 7-0 over IU. End of the first quarter. All right. What's up, 360 view? All right, so back to our questions here. We answered the Kirk Cousins one. Appreciate you guys on that. Intensify. I only watched Kirk play at the beginning of the season. He's been pretty crappy since. Oh, yeah, Intensify. In the last 5 games for Kirk Cousins, he has 1 touchdown pass and 9 interceptions. And it is that bad. When you look at the stats, it's that bad. Against the Raiders in their most recent game, on Monday night, mind you, Kirk just didn't look like they had any mobility on that offense. It was almost like the offensive coordinator was like cutting up the playbook like coupons, if you will. They weren't able to run the offense the way they wanted to. But you know what? If you guys go look at Tim Reynolds Show, go scroll back to the beginning of my content. At the beginning of the season, I called this. I said everyone wants to jump on the Atlanta Falcons bandwagon when they don't have a defense to really help them get into the playoffs. And go figure, it's actually this high-powered offense that they were supposed to have that is actually costing them football games because they can't get the ball to their playmakers. Like, how do you not get the ball to tight end Kyle Pitts? Can you imagine tight end Kyle Pitts in a bunch of other people's offenses? He'd be going off right now. But in the last 3 seasons with the Atlanta Falcons, terrible, terrible. All right. Trey wants to know, William Howard okay? I'm not sure, man. I think right now, if I had to predict, I think right now, the quarterback for Ohio State is going to go. I really do think that is probably going to be a third, maybe a fourth round pick at best for him. But that'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, we got to stay in the right gap, defeat blocks, and tackle.
Baby, I need you to call Trevor for me and tell him I'm online. He can hop in the chat. He tried to call me twice.
Okay.
Please and thank you. Intensify said, drop some love for the big man, Tim. Make some great comments. Thank you, Intensify. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. As you see, the first play of the second half here, 2nd and 8, or second quarter, I should say. Blitz coming from Indiana. Notre Dame picks it up, dumps it off to wide receiver number 6, who almost gets it up to the 6-yard line. He's at the 7, so...
lacrosse team. What a well-rounded player he's become, too, for the...
Baby, he called me again. Yeah, try calling him now. All right, guys, we see Tyler wants to know, any thoughts on Travis Hunter drama? Okay, no thank you. I don't talk about drama here on this show, bro. We just talk about football. I don't need to talk about no drama with no girlfriend. And we see Riley Leonard is able to get the first down, and now 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish as they're knocking on the door of the end zone to take a 2-score lead in this first game of the 12-team college football playoff first round for the 2024 college football season. All right, Intensify. You doing play-by-play for the games tomorrow? I don't know if you're into boxing, but Fury versus Yusuke is going to be fun. You know, man, we got some Christmas stuff going on tomorrow, so probably won't be able to do a play-by-play of any of the NFL games, but might be able to do one of the late-night college football game tomorrow night, but we'll see. Right now, we're popping off here in the chat. What's going on? Tim is Tampa Bay all day. You guys see it? Come on, there, right there. There you go. Tampa Bay all day. Yeah, baby. Please make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel. We're already up to 18 likes on this video. Let's go, guys. All right, Jade Boy says Penn State going to the championship, man. They got a long road ahead of them to make it there, that's for sure. Tyler says, let's go, Chiefs. Leonard, touchdown, Irish. And that's Thomas, number 83, with the touchdown reception from quarterback Riley Leonard. Jaden Thomas. His first touchdown of the season comes up big in the college football playoffs. What's up, brother? See you in the chat. Sorry I couldn't answer the phone there, man. Hanging out here. How you doing? Everything okay, brother?
And Mitch Jeter on for the extra point.
Yeah, your sister-in-law's trying to call you there, Fanatic Trev. All right, Noah wants to know, favorite NFL team? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Holla at your boy. And Tampa Bay is on a 5-game winning streak. Let's go. Jamie, shout out to your Eagles. They're on a 10-game winning streak right now, kicking ass. Just like this Notre Dame Fighting Irish team who takes a 14-0 lead in the second quarter of this first round college football playoff. What's up, Trev? Fins up. Trevor, call your sister-in-law. Man, kids nowadays just don't listen, man. Man, thank you guys. Let's make sure we're liking and subscribing to Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate you all. Let's freaking go. Yeah, dude, sorry to hear about the Niners fan in the chat. They aren't doing very good this year. Injuries have a lot to do with that, though, for the 49ers. Tough break for them. But hey, that's what happens when Christian McCaffrey gets put on the cover of Madden. Oh, Madden curse. Oh. Oh. Hey, you were talked to? Well, why didn't you tell me? All right. What's up, Trav? What'd you need, man? Tell me in the chat. Guys, shout out to my brother, Fanatic Trevor. I love it when I can get the family members in the chat. I got my wife, Amber Reynolds, also in the chat. Appreciate you, man. What'd you want, Trav? Tell me in the chat, dude. Let's go. Did you get to see the Gators kick ass today? They were in there in Tampa Bay at Raymond James Stadium for the Gasparilla Bowl, whooping that butt on them green wave. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Bubble says, poor woman. Ah. All right, guys. So Indiana takes a touchdown here to take a 14-0 lead. We'll put that in the chat. Notre Dame leads. IU 14-0. What's up, K-Money? Shout out to Caden. What's going on, man? Thank you so much. Wait a minute. Ghost K7? Bogasiega High School? That's where I graduated from. BCHS? What? What's going on? Thanks for hanging out here, guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Make sure you like and subscribe. And shout out Joey Sports 915. Appreciate you, man. This chat is popping off today, guys. All right. So in the chat, guys, please make sure you leave me some more football questions for this Football Friday talk here, man. We got the Notre Dame versus the University of Indiana game on for the first round of the 12-team college football playoff. Oh, dang, Ghost, are you serious? Wow. K-Money, appreciate you, man. Everyone, shout out to K-Money 210. He just subscribed and liked to the channel. There we go. Appreciate all the support, guys. Shout out to Joey Sports 195 once again as well. Caden, shout out to you too, brother. And Fanatic Trev, who's going to win the Super Bowl? Oh, Super Bowl picks. Woo! Okay. Super Bowl picks right now. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's go! It's gonna be awesome! I can't wait! Let's go! Yeah, Ghost, Godwin is still hurt. The last report that we got is that rehab is going pretty well for him, and there's a slight chance that Chris Godwin could come back for the playoffs. And the Buccaneers are really close to clinching a playoff berth as well. Really, if the Atlanta Falcons lose this weekend, the Bucs could pretty much clinch with the win against Dallas. Oh, man. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Here we go. Man, Caden, K-Money, appreciate you, man. You know, this was just me getting together for a Football Friday talk. I haven't got to do this in a while. I thought about doing a play-by-play here of this college football game, but I don't really have any rooting interest with either one of these two teams. And honestly, I wasn't sure how good of a game we were going to get here with this one. And right now, you're already seeing Indiana's offense is struggling against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish defense. That's really good. They're one of the best defenses in the country.
Settle his quarterback down, is missing high all night.
They're the co-offensive coordinator and quarterback's coach. Nice run by Justice Ellison, and Indiana's across midfield with a 15-yard run by the senior from Ashford, Virginia.
And how about the big fella, the 60-year holdover from the previous staff, Mike Katic. Center getting way out and around on a wide design hitting run. That's a long way for a 320.
There you go, guys. Shout out in the chat. Also, shout out to my brother in the chat as well. Hope you're doing good, man. Trev, man, you know why I got you in the chat, brother? How about them Dolphins last week? Oh, that was tough, man. Tough for Miami Dolphin fans. As the Texans were able to get a bunch of crucial turnovers from their defense to help them really win that game. I mean, here, let's go back. I want to go back to that game real quick.
Feeling the pressure, and if you hit him, his confidence will be gone. So Notre Dame looking to keep the pressure on Rourke. They can feel that it's...
Yeah, so going to the scores last week, we'll take a look at that game. So, for the Texans and the Dolphins were only able to get 12 total points in that game, which that's not a whole lot for their offense. The defense for the Texans was huge. 3 sacks on Tua and also forced 3 interceptions. Now, I can't remember the last time I seen Tua throw 3 interceptions in a football game, so really able to dominate, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Just like this Notre Dame Fighting Irish team is doing, they are dominating right now against this Indiana Hoosier squad.
2 out of 4 on 3rd down. They go to a run.
Man, again, another run for a loss. And now 4th down coming up for Indiana. Man, I tell you what, Notre Dame's already up 14-0, and they're going to get the ball back now. If they score down the field and make this 21-0, this game could be over already, guys. No. I am not going to let you off the hook on that one, Trev. They have been able to sack the quarterback, yes, but they have not been able to get turnovers at a high rate. Now, check this out for the Texans, though, Trev. They have not beaten a team with a winning record besides the Buffalo Bills in week 5. So they beat the Buffalo Bills, and that's the only team with a winning record that they beat this season. So for the Texans coming up for Saturday Night Football tomorrow, they take on the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead at 1 o'clock. The Texans have a lot to prove in that game. They need to prove that they are a legitimate playoff team, and they need to beat somebody with a winning record. And if you can beat the Chiefs, you can prove that you're a legitimate playoff team. That's for sure. We got Spidey G says he's got a random question for Tim. Hell yeah, man. Let's go. That's what we're here for, to talk some football. Caden K Money 210. Shout out, brother. There you go, man. Hey, we're all about love and opportunity here. Hey, Ghost K7. I think if you're still in the chat, brother, you said you went to high school, man. What? You got to give me, I don't want you to have to give away your name too much. Maybe you can at least give us your first name, man. But how do we know each other, man? Like, did we ever hang out in high school? Did we ever have classes together? This is kind of cool, guys. We got a bunch of people hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel here for Football Friday Talk. I can't believe how many people we got in the chat today, guys. Let's go. 25 likes. Let's fucking go, guys. Hell yeah. All right. If the Niners beat the Seahawks in the 2013 NFC Championship game, do they blow out the Broncos that year like the Seahawks did? Just curious, because everyone, even the Seahawks fans, say that was the real Super Bowl. Well, absolutely, because when you think about that game, that 2013 NFC Championship game, very vivid in my mind for 2 reasons. 1, Richard Sherman and that defense for the Seattle Seahawks, the Legion of Boom. one of the best defenses ever to win a Super Bowl. I'm willing to say it, and I'm a Buccaneers fan. And besides the 85 Bears and the 2002 Baltimore Ravens, my Buccaneers have one of the best defenses ever in the Super Bowl era. So you really can say that that Seahawks team in 2013 really put themselves in that conversation, right? So that defense was one to be reckoned with. But the play that Richard Sherman made to pretty much clinch that game, batting down the ball against Michael Crabtree, that was epic. Now, the blowout in the Super Bowl, I didn't see that coming. But you have to admit, though, the Seattle Seahawks in that Super Bowl were just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their Super Bowl. They went up against the top scoring offense, just like Seattle did. The Oakland Raiders at the time had Rich Gannon, an MVP candidate. The Broncos had Peyton Manning. I think he was the MVP that season. And look at it. Just like it's always been known in football for forever. Defense wins championships. Period. Point blank period. I don't care. Woo! Excuse me. I don't care what anybody says, guys. I really don't. Defense in the NFL, defense here in the college football playoff. That's what's going to win championships. Right now, the University of Indiana, we're at under 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Their offense has done nothing. And now all Notre Dame's got to do is make sure they don't turn the ball over and able to run the clock, run the ball a little bit better. And that's how you're going to win football games, guys. This whole high-powered offense, all this crap. No. You need good quality players on offense. I get that. You need your weapons. But you need to have camaraderie. You need to have a team. You need to have a unit that's going to be able to play together. So yeah, Spidey G, shout out to you, man. Appreciate the big question yet. I do believe that was the legitimate Super Bowl. The Denver Broncos taking on the Seattle Seahawks in 2013. Really, Seattle blowing them out probably wasn't something that a lot of people seen. But no one's seen the Tampa Bay Buccaneers either blowing out the Oakland Raiders in that Super Bowl. So wow. So on that last play there, that we just seen. Okay, so a handoff to Jeremiah Love, and he does a huge leap over defender number 25, who's still able to trip his foot to make the tackle. But guys, he lost 5 yards on the play. Like, just go down. Why are you leaping over somebody 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage? Oh my goodness, dude. And there goes the defense for Indiana, able to make a big crucial stop to force 4th down and 16. And now Notre Dame will have to punt. Oh, Bobby, welcome to the chat. Hell yeah, dude. My Gators would have done so good this year if it wasn't for that schedule. That schedule was brutal. And I tell you what, this year, a lot of teams learned something when it comes to their football schedule going forward. Look, you're going to see old school college football schedules start to come out. You're going to see a big conference schedule for a lot of these teams, and then they're going to go ahead and put in those other 3 or 4 games, some softies, man. I'm not really seeing college football teams schedule a lot of big, hard games going forward, and it's because of this college football playoff. If you're able to just go undefeated, if you're able to win most of your games, especially by point per margin, really good, kind of like this Indiana Hoosiers team did, you're going to have a chance to make the playoff, and that's what you want, right? Like, I mean, you want to win your conference championship, but ultimately, you want to be able to make the playoff, and the only way you're going to do that is if you're able to have a winning schedule. So the Gators definitely, to finish the season 8-5, Billy Napier has to get a lot of credit for that, because I tell you what, nobody could have seen this coming at the beginning of the season for this Florida Gators team, and I'm so proud of them, man. Seriously, I have always been a diehard Gator fan, even through the bad seasons. This season, we tried to do a couple of play-by-plays on Tim Reynolds' show. Didn't go very well for us in a couple of those games that we did, but you know what? The Gators still got a couple of huge wins this season. We beat Ole Miss. We beat LSU. So, man, Good season. Good season to finish and cap it off with the bowl win, especially in my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium. Ah, if only I was able to go see the game. Ah, that would have been awesome. That would have been so awesome. And I tell you what, Buccaneers taking on the Dallas Cowboys this week and Sunday Night Football in prime time. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I can't wait to see the Bucs. All right, thank you guys. Oh, good night, Isabel. Shout out to my niece and to my brother. Thank you for hanging out here, man. And K Money wants to know, who do you want to win for college? Well, who do I want to win and who is actually going to win is really the more interesting question of it all, right? Because when we look at the bracket, right now, Oregon sits at the best chance, right? Because they have to face either the University of Tennessee or the University of Ohio or Ohio State University in the next round. They've already proven they can beat Ohio State. Tennessee, I do not think, is going to have enough firepower to be able to match up the amount of points that Oregon's able to do. Now, for me, if I'm picking this game, Tennessee, Ohio State. Tennessee, the University of Tennessee, the SEC team, number 9th ranked in the country, in this bracket, if you will. The 9th ranked team in the 12th team college football playoff. They're facing the number 8th ranked team, Ohio State. But Ohio State's coming off of a loss to Michigan. Nobody picked Michigan to win that game. Your boy did. Yep, that's right. I've been rooting for the Michigan Wolverines for a few years now. Love what Harbaugh did with them. I always loved their uniforms, and their school colors match my high school school colors. So that's why I was a fan of them back in the day. Got one of the best helmets in the business, you know. Can't lie, I love Notre Dame's gold helmets as well. But when they lost that game to the University of Michigan, I was like starstruck. I could not believe it, guys. It was crazy. Just crazy. Now we got a 2nd down and 9, looks like, here for the University of Indiana. Wark in shotgun, hands it off, and that's blown up for a big loss on the play. Damn. What's up, sports guy? Spidey G says, appreciate the response, Tim. Defense definitely wins championships. Hell yeah. Appreciate you, man. Sports Guy 23 says he likes Nebraska. And do you like Florida? Hell yeah, man. Big Florida Gator fan. Always have been. Always will be. Florida's my favorite team too, says Bobby Smell. What's going on? So Nebraska, tough year for you guys. But hey, you are turning the team around a little bit, though. That's for sure. I like your guys' head coach. I think the University of Nebraska is definitely on the up and up. You know, especially with that freshman quarterback they had. He's only going to get better for them. Definitely one of the teams to look out for. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel and leave some comments here on this Football Friday talk about what you guys want to talk about. Any questions for NFL teams for Week 16 or onward, maybe for the playoffs? Would you guys have any questions about the 12-team college football playoff? As we got the first round going on tonight, Notre Dame is winning 14-0 with just under 6 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Clark, a transfer from Arizona State, the son of our ESPN colleague, Ryan Clark. And looked like that right.
And man, almost a big catch from number 4. A nice thrown ball, only where the wide receiver could catch it. But there's a penalty marker there, and number 1 gets charged for pass interference, so that'll put the ball at the 41-yard line. University of Indiana is marching down the field. A big blitz coming from Notre Dame, and Rourke has to get rid of it. That's incomplete. So now 2nd down coming up.
Much luck with it, because because of the coverage by Leonard Moore.
They're just going to have to continue to throw it, but at some point, if the
Yeah, Bobby, you are not lying, man. Curtis Rourke is not, he's not playing his type of football right now. Early on in this game, he looks rattled. And now we're starting to see some snow possibly start to come down here. That could be big. So yeah, the quarterback for Indiana has got to get his stuff together here. Big drive for them, down by 14.
On 2nd and 10.
Oh, number 4 snatches that out of the air and breaks some tackles and gets that up the field. A nice catch and run there.
For the Hoosiers. And a first down to the Notre Dame 22.
It's great recognition by Curtis.
Miles Price
Way off and inside.
gets the 10-yard gain, and then he catches the next one there, breaks a tackle, and able to get that up the field for a big gain.
Christian Gray failed to make the
So after that gain of 10 yards, then another play there gets it up for another.
Time Indiana got to this part.
Yeah, so 10 yards, 13 yards, and now,
After a big play that was created, now they're going to go with the huddle.
yeah, so a total of 23 yards on those last 2 passes from Curtis Rourke, right when we're talking about him, Bobby. Holy crap. Bobby, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you, man. No crap, really. Reezy, walk him down. In the chat says, my cousin played against Rourke. Well, wow, man, that's pretty good, dude. And shout out to you in there. My boy Jamie in the chat says we are Penn State. Jamie, listen, man, listen, bro. You guys in the playoffs this year is a little bit of a shocker. I ain't gonna lie. But SMU gonna beat y'all. I'm telling you, dude. SMU, I think, is definitely better than Penn State. But I don't know. And on 3rd and 5, the Notre Dame defense comes up big again. Now we'll probably see a field goal here from Indiana. Trying to get some points on the board. Oh, nope. Offense is going to stay on the field. So 4th down conversion here. All right, and they've gone for it on 4th down. They've converted 60% of their 4th down attempts this season. The University of Indiana. That's top 5 in the country. Bobby, thanks for the sub. Thank you, everybody, for checking out Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all the love, guys. Thank you so much. We've got so many people hanging out on the channel today. And, man, all we doing was coming to talk some football. So, man, I appreciate this, guys. Merry Christmas to everybody and happy holidays here from Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for hanging out here with me today. All right, guys, please, in the comments, let me know some questions you guys have about the football season thus far for college football, maybe about the 12-team college football playoff, or maybe you got some NFL questions that you guys like to be answered. Let's start the conversation here, guys, and do not forget to hit that like button. We're already up to 28 likes in this live stream. Chat, how many likes do you think we can get up to? Come on, chat, I want to know what you guys think. How many likes can we get to on this live stream, huh? Can we make it to 30? I think we can definitely make it to 30. You think we can make it to 60? I think we definitely can make it to 60. Could we do 90 or 100? Hell yeah, we can. Let's make it happen here on Tim Reynolds Show. Let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so going back, talking about the college football playoff here. My dark horse, the team I really like, man, Boise State. I know, they're not really the big pick from everybody, but listen, man, they took the #1 ranked team in the country to the wire. That wasn't no joke. That wasn't no fluke, and they dominated everybody else the rest of the season. And the running back, Alshon Denti, guess what? He runs angry, and he's the angriest he's ever been. Why? Because the Boise State Broncos running back thought he should have won the Heisman. Now, I think Travis Hunter was a very deserving winner of the Heisman Trophy this year. The first two-way player said, the first two-way player since Charles Woodson to win the Heisman Trophy Award. That a huge accomplishment for him. And we got Reese says in the chat, I'm a Texas fan, so hook 'em, baby. Let's fucking go. Just need to beat Georgia. That hurt my feelings this year. Listen, Reese, I'm glad I'm not a Texas fan. I'll tell you that right now. Because how does the University of Georgia Bulldogs, how did they lose Carson Beck and you guys don't win that football game? Like, are you kidding me? Like, if there's a scenario where you're like, if this happens, oh yeah, Texas is definitely going to win. If Carson Beck goes out with an injury, with it still being a close game, then yeah, Texas is going to win, right? No, the Bulldogs defense dominated that game, man, and that really threw me off. I did not expect that whatsoever from Texas. And you know what? Texas has got to play better than that. They are way too talented to play the way that they did in the SEC championship game. As we see, the University of Indiana finally gets on the board here in this particular college football playoff game in the first round, as it's now 3-14 with 3 minutes, 26 seconds left to go in the second quarter. I think I spelled that right. Go Eagles, man. All good, Darwin. No problem, brother. No problem. Yeah, so as far as Texas, man, I don't have a lot of hope for them in the college football playoff this year. Now, they are going up against Clemson. Obviously, that's the best opponent to face at where they're at as far as the Texas Longhorns go. But, Reese, as you're the Texas fan, so I'm going to need your opinion on this. So you help me out and what you think about this take for me, okay? Texas will win against Clemson if they do two things, okay? Play better defense, and they have been lousy tackling on defense this year. That is one thing I've seen from them, especially in those two games against Georgia. You gotta tackle better. Be more sound in your defensive scheme and be able to tackle the ball carrier when you need to. And then that way you're going to give opportunities for the offense to make more mistakes, right? Protecting the ball, love that. Love that. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. And Texas team has done this the past couple of seasons, shooting themselves in the foot way too many times. I mean, way too many times, man. And if you are a big Texas Longhorn fan, you know if you're going to win this football game, and this is my other one, and this is a huge requirement, okay? Arch Manning has got to be in the football game. I'm sorry, this is no respect to Quentin Ewers. I love him as a quarterback. He's a very good quarterback for this team. But since he got injured and came back, he has not played good football. Shout out to Christy saying hey in the chat. What's going on? Yeah, so for the Texas team on that offense, they need to have some game plays for Arch Manning. He needs to go in there and play him like Tim Tebow. I'm not saying that Arch Manning is Tim Tebow. What I'm saying is that Manning was playing way too good of football for you all of a sudden to not have him in the game plan. And in that first matchup against the University of Georgia, Arch Manning actually did not do half bad when he had to come into the football game when Quentin Ewers was possibly injured. So I don't know if you start him, I don't know if you start Arch Reese, because that could maybe hurt the morale of your team a little bit. But no one's going to argue if that's who you're playing with as far as a game plan, offensive game plan. Play them both. Why not play them both? You can win a national championship if you play both of these quarterbacks. You confuse the defense up for the University of Georgia, and that's how you're going to be able to win this football game. Because do not sleep on Clemson. I know they got beat by the University of South Carolina at the end of the season, and I thought that was the end of their playoff chances. But the way they played against SMU, I definitely think the Clemson Tigers could be a very, very dangerous team in the 12-team college football playoff. That's for sure. So thank you, Reezy, welcome down. Shout out to you in the chat, brother. Appreciate you guys. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas from Tim Reynolds Show. Hope you guys are doing good here today. Oh, Ella. Oh, thank you. Shout out to my niece, Ella, who was talking to me in the chat here. Merry Christmas, and I miss you very, very much. I miss the whole family very, very much. I really wish I was down there for you guys this holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody, from Tim Reynolds Show. We got Chase Money Kearns in the chat. Says, let's go. I'm a Lions fan. I'm an Amon-Ra St. Brown fan. Hey, I'm an Amon-Ra St. Brown fan too, man. I got him in one of my fantasy leagues, man. If I would have had it my way in my fantasy leagues this year, guys, not playing, I would have had every single Lions and Buccaneers player on both of my teams. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I had Chris Godwin at the beginning of the year. Guys, Chris Godwin was fixing to shatter records this season for catches in a single season, possibly even receiving yards in a single season for the Buccaneers. Oh, so sad to see him go out with that injury. Shout out to my family and all my nieces back home. Appreciate you girls. Love you girls. From Uncle Tim. Love you girls. Love you so much. Guys, let's spread some love on this holiday season. Please, everybody, like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Let's fucking go. All right, so Notre Dame has the ball here. They haven't done much with it on this next possession, as we have just reached the 2-minute warning, and it's a 14-3 ball game with the Fighting Irish leading this first round matchup in the 12-team college football playoff. 14-3. All right, so Reese, how do you feel about DJ Lagway injury? Oh, very, very interesting question there, my friend, because I actually thought that the backup just came in because they were blowing the team out late in the game. I did not know that. Yeah, let's check it out here. For the Florida Gators, yeah, DJ Lagway did have over 300 yards passing. I believe that's his first 300-yard passing game this season. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. You hate seeing that. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like I don't think Lagway was out. Here we go. 4th and run, scooping in for a touchdown. Yeah, I don't see anything from Lagway here getting injured. Yeah, so DJ Lagway, he did get injured early in the season. And I think that really cost, it cost the Gators a chance against the University of Georgia. I think we really could have beat the University of Georgia this year and spoiled their college football playoff chances if Lagway didn't get hurt in that game. So that would have been probably one of the best games of the year for the Gators. So thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. We're already up to 32 likes on this live stream. Let's go, guys. Welcome to Tim Reynolds Show. We're just doing some Friday football talk here, man. We do have the 2024 12-team college football playoff first round matchup here on the tune, just to kind of check in on that, especially with the big game this is, and you know, the first time ever we've seen 12 teams in the college football playoff. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. So RJ Rockinson says Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, he could. Aiden Hutchinson could possibly come back for this game here. Or for the Lions, I should say, if they make it to the Super Bowl. That's what's been reported anyways. Oh, Reese, you're so right. That Miami loss to start the season was hard. That was a hard way to start off the season for the Florida Gators. But, I mean, guys, let me ask you this. And, wow, that was a big completed pass there, looks like, for the Fighting Irish. Yeah, so looking at the Florida Gators, okay. So, you start the season out with the University of Miami. They ended up being one of the best teams in the whole entire college football season, pretty much to the end of the year. Against Samford, we seen freshman quarterback DJ Lagway have his first start, and he set records for freshman records for the University of Florida. And oh, that could be an incomplete pass. It's going to be close on that play there. They're reviewing it right now for the Notre Dame game. Looks like the ball could have definitely hit the ground. We'll see what they rule here. But okay, so after that, we lost 33-20 against Texas A&M. Definitely played sloppy football in that game. That one definitely was not one of our best games. Mississippi State, we won 45-28. UCF, then we won 24-13. That was a bit of an upset at the time. I definitely thought UCF was a little bit better of a team than they ended up being throughout the whole season, but definitely in this matchup for the Gators. And then, man, number 8 Tennessee, guys. We lose 23-17. Oh, when I say there was nobody picking the Gators in that matchup, nobody. Oh, we would have definitely, we could have took that momentum off of that win, and we might have been able to win the rest of the season. Like, I'm not playing. I know we had the outlier. Texas really blew us out, like 49-17. I didn't see that coming against Texas, but DJ Lagway got injured in that game as well. So what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, actually, DJ Lagway got hurt against Georgia, so we lost against Georgia 34-20. And then the next week, DJ couldn't play against the University of Texas. So they won 49-17. But then look at that. We finished the season on 3 straight wins, 27-16 against the number LSU team that was ranked at the time. Number 9, Ole Miss. We knocked them out of the college football playoff because we upset them 24-17. And then, of course, you can't forget Florida Gators blew out the rival Florida State Seminoles in that matchup. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Okay, got Dennis D in the chat, wants to know, do you think Sam Darnold is top 10? Well, right now in this season, he is a top 10 quarterback. You got to look at the ratings. You got to look at where he has this Minnesota Vikings team going, as right now they're 12-2 on the year, and Sam Darnold's playing his best football of his career. Now, is Sam Darnold a top 10 quarterback in the NFL this year? I mean, I'm not going that far. There's probably at least 9 or 10 guys that I would pick above him when you're talking about, like, who you want on your team. But, I mean, right now, Sam Darnold's playing like a top 10 quarterback, and that's what you want, right? If you're a Minnesota Vikings fan right now, I don't think anybody could have predicted the season that the Minnesota Vikings were going to have. I mean, honestly, I'm a little impressed by it. I did not expect the Vikings in the NFC North to literally be pushing the Detroit Lions right now for the division. The Lions are having their best season ever. 12-2. And they just lost to the Buffalo Bills. And now, Minnesota's right in the driver's seat to be able to possibly win the division. As a matter of fact, let's check out that Vikings game coming up this weekend. They're against the Seattle Seahawks. That should be a very interesting game for the Minnesota Vikings. Right now, Sam Darnold over 3,500 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions on the year. So if we look at the Vikings' remaining schedule. So they got the Seahawks this upcoming Sunday. That's at 4:05 on December 22nd. And then to finish the season, the Vikings will have the Packers on the road, and then, or I should say Packers at home, and then they're on the road against the Lions. Now, that last week against the Lions, watch for that one to be flexed. I think that's definitely an option to be flexed for the NFL. I could see them possibly flexing that Lions-Vikings game to Sunday Night Football, or maybe even like a Saturday game. But we'll have to wait and see. But really, if the Vikings win out, they win the division. They win the division. And nobody would have picked the Vikings to do that, especially with Sam Darnold as their quarterback. I don't know, man. Crazy to think about. Crazy. But thank you, Dennis D, for your comment. Appreciate you guys. Please make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to Tim Reynolds Show. Let's go. We already got up to 32 likes on this live stream. Let's keep it going, folks. Come on. All right, so Reese said Cam Ward to the New York Giants or Las Vegas. I think with Hunter falling at number 3 to the Patriots, man, I tell you what, the Patriots are one of them teams that definitely could use somebody like a Travis Hunter just to help give them a spark, not only on offense, but also on defense, especially with the way New England likes to play defense. Even with head coach Gerard Mayo calling the shots now, I really do think that New England Patriots play a pretty good style of defense that's very adaptable for most players, I think. Like, watch out. New England could be a free agent destination this upcoming season. I really do think. I know their record's bad this year, but New England's one of those organizations that most people really like. Most people want to go work for. At least I think so. All right, so next question from Reese. Gators are very tough schedule. They'll be much better next season. That's for sure. We got Easton Croches. What's up, man? I hope I got your name right there. What's up, Easton? Do you think Richardson has potential? Yes, I do think Richardson has potential, but he should have been sitting behind a veteran quarterback to start his career. I really don't think that he was one of those quarterbacks you should have just tried to throw into the fray and tried to start right away, and I think they're paying for it right now, the Indianapolis Colts are. Now, don't get me wrong. We've seen worse quarterback play for more recently drafted quarterbacks. But Richardson's numbers right now are looking like some of the worst numbers we've seen from a quarterback to start a career in a long time, guys. A very, very long time.
That they've had with Jeter kicking field goals all game long, all season long. This is obviously a really tough spot to be in if you're Mitch Jeter.
And he's such a terrific kicker. 2 years at South Carolina, he made 23 out of 25, but he's had a groin injury and a hip problem, lost his confidence. For a while, Marcus Freeman said they really weren't practicing it at all.
All right, so it looks like Notre Dame, with 11 seconds to go, it's 4th and 5 here in the second quarter. They're going to try to kick a field goal here to take the lead up to 17-3 at halftime. So a 49-yard attempt here from the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Oh, what's up, K-Money? Still in the stream? What's up, man? And Reese is a Patriots fan, so Lynn and Hunter would be so much fun. Hell yeah, dude. And man, a big field goal made there as now the Notre Dame Fighting Irish take a 17-3 lead. They are dominating this matchup here, folks. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to Tim Reynolds Show. Go ahead and check out my channel. I got some more content on there for you guys that I know you'll love. I got my Week 16 preview for the NFL season coming up there on the channel as well, and more content to come. Can't wait to do Sunday Night Football. We're right here on Tim Reynolds Show. I'll be doing live play-by-play of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football in Week 16. Guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show, and I can't wait to see all of you guys on Sunday night hanging out with us on the stream. All right, Easton says, honestly, watching the Colts game, you start to realize it's not his fault. And yes, he's way too early in 22 and only started 13 games. Yes, Easton, I totally agree with you when it comes to the Anthony Richardson debate. Like, I really do think he has a lot of potential. I think he has some of the best legs at the quarterback position in the league, but he needs to be more refined. He needs to be able to sit down and be able to diagnose film the way he needs to be able to read and get a playbook down the way he needs to, and he's not doing that right now to the best of his ability. I don't really think Indianapolis set him up for success, but they have a lot of money invested in the offensive line that's not really playing up to par. So that's got to be a little disheartening, especially if you're a Colts fan. Shout out to my wifey in the chat. Go Bucks. Love you, baby. K-Money, who do you want to win the game? Guys, I'm definitely rolling with the Fighting Irish, man. I really didn't think Indiana stood much of a chance in this one. And they definitely haven't put up really anything, as we are at halftime now here in this football game. Indiana trails 3-17. All right, so Reezy commenting on the Richardson debate here after one of the questions from Easton in the chat, asking about what do you think about Richardson's potential here on this Football Friday here on Tim Reynolds Show.
We got to do a good job protecting, better job separating. We're going to have to get the pass game going and get the offense going. Missing too many tackles on defense. I give Notre Dame credit. You know, they're taking it to us, and they get the ball first in the second half. So we got to get this thing turned around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Molly?
Tough words there from the Indiana Hoosiers coach.
From Mitch Jeter, how did your team play well in all three phases in that first half?
I mean, it's huge for Mitch. He's been a little banged up, and I know we had a good few weeks in practice, and so to see him make that 49-yarder was big for his confidence, for the confidence we have in him. We knew this was going to be a battle, and you talk about cold December games. You got to be able to run the ball. You got to stop the run, and that's something we've been doing pretty well, taking care of the ball for the most part.
Notre Dame really taking it to Indiana, the University of Indiana, as the Hoosiers defense is not able to stop the run. Notre Dame doing very, very well. Guys, we'll get to the comments here real quick. Just want to go over the stats here at first half. Play like a champion today. Love that sign for Notre Dame. All right, so for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, we see Riley Leonard, 11 for 17 for 87 yards, 1 touchdown pass and 1 interception. Jeremiah Love with 4 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. He's got a 98-yard touchdown run. So the running game here total for the Fighting Irish, 17 carries for 155 yards, 9.1 yards per carry right now for them in this matchup. Right now, as far as the receiving game, not a whole lot, only 87 yards passing, so we won't bother giving you guys the receiving leaders for the Fighting Irish. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different players right now have a reception or more for the Fighting Irish offense. So we see Riley Leonard really spreading the ball around. Notre Dame running the football, just like we talked about at the beginning of this live stream, and they're controlling the ball on defense. Defense really is where they're stepping up here for the Fighting Irish. That's what I told you guys. Defense wins championships, man. As we see right now, for the Fighting Irish team, going up against Indiana, we see Indiana only 77 yards passing, as Curtis Rourke is 6 for 13 right now. As far as rushing the ball, Indiana has 17 carries for 61 yards. Tyson Lawton, number 17, has 8 carries for 34 yards. And Justice Ellingson, number 6, has 8 carries for 26 yards as well. And not much to talk about with the receiving core for Indiana, as they are now trailing 17-3 at halftime. Oh, 17-3. All right, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. That's right, guys. Keep hitting that W in the chat. Let's go. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. What you know, let's go. That's right, here we go on Tim Reynolds Show. Gonna get you crunk and ready for some football, though. That's right, week 16 in the NFL. You know what I mean when we on here on the show talking ball. Yo, hit me up in the chat. Tell me where the hell you at. Let's go represent your brand. You the man, you the guy, you the fan of Tim Reynolds Show. Here we go. That's right. What you know, we gonna make sure we keep you all crunk and give you that info. Oh, what's up, guys? Feeling good, man. We feeling good on this Football Friday on Tim Reynolds Show. What you guys know, please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. The channel's popping off here on Friday night. What's up, everybody? Man, we're gonna have to do these Friday live streams a little bit more, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. All right, guys, let's get caught up with the comments here. Appreciate y'all as we're getting the halftime report going on here for you guys. Love when you can see the bands on the field. That's one of the best things about college football. At halftime, you get a halftime show pretty much for every single college football game when the band comes out on the field. Gotta love that, man. You gotta love that. All right, Rich said, Reezy, welcome down, says, if Rich runs and uses the right timing to run the ball rather than just running almost every play, he could be really good. I really love Rich on my fantasy team. He needs time he does need time. I agree with your statement. Thank you, Reezy. I like Richardson's potential, man. I think the Colts are a really fine organization as well to be a part of, so they just got to let him learn a little bit more. Colts should have let Flacco start over him. Perfect QB to learn from, Super Bowl champ. Yeah, that was the little surprising thing to me. Maybe if you were to start Flacco at the beginning of the season, it looks better for you. Richardson's coming off an injury. It doesn't really look like you're demoting him because he came off that injury, right? And we all know, anybody who's a Colts fan and watched the Colts early in the season, the Colts didn't do good, man. The Colts didn't play good on offense.
I really think that Indiana needs to open it up a little bit. They can't control the line of scrimmage, so they're having a difficult time running the football. Notre Dame's like 2-1 rushing the ball. They're really controlling the line of scrimmage.
And we see Reezy also says, I feel a wide receiver in the draft for the Colts would be pretty good. Maybe. Maybe they need some defensive pieces, though, as well, for the Indianapolis Colts.
Obviously, some of them have been off. They're going to have to open it up. Sig's going to have to get aggressive. That field goal at the end there, 49 yards and 27 degrees. What a performance. Jeremiah Love, 98-yard touchdown, ends the half with 91 yards. Has only lost 7 yards since then. How does that continue to go with a deep running back field?
I like the way Notre Dame approached the offensive passing game. Some high percentage short throws early on. Riley lit it into a rhythm.
Hell yeah, Reese. Shout out, man. I'm hoping he will still be able to keep the coaches to stick with them. Yeah, I think Richardson's definitely got, a few different. I think he's got a few more years to be able to learn with the Colts. I don't think they're going to give up on him anytime soon. Unless he falls off a cliff, then there could be a chance the Colts definitely don't like him. Thank you, Free Start. Appreciate you, man. Go Gators. Let's go, baby. Like even got Gators right there. See? Florida Gators said it's great to be a Florida Gator. Guys, my beautiful wife, Amber Reynolds, is in the chat giving us a shout out. Says, make sure we hit that like button. We're trying to get to 100 likes on this live stream. Come on, chat. Let's make it happen. Guys, if you want to help out, please make sure you hit that like button and like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Here we go.
Celebrate the journeys that bring us.
Yeah, Easton, you are so correct on that. The Colts had such a good chance to win that game against Denver. And if they did, right now, their playoff chances would be over 50% heading into this week. Or I think right around that. It might be like between 35 and 50% or something like that for their chances. But now they're 6-8, I believe is what we were looking at here. Yeah, so the Indianapolis Colts right now 6-8. The Texans already won the division, but man, if they would have won last week, now they finished the season with the Texans, or I should say the Titans, the Giants, and the Jaguars. All winnable games for the Colts. Like the Colts could have ended on a 5-game winning streak. Like, what the heck, man? You guys could have been easily 10-7. 10-7. Because, I mean, I'm picking them to win the next 3 games. I'm picking them against the Titans. I'm picking them against the Giants. I'm definitely picking them against the Jaguars, even though they really can't beat the Jaguars. But this one's in Indy. This one's not in Jacksonville, where the Colts can't seem to win a freaking game. I don't know why. All right, guys. Chat is popping off. Appreciate you guys. Easton also says we need a tight end badly. Yes, you do. You definitely need one of those top tight ends to help you out. Frey Start says congrats to Florida on the dub. Appreciate you, man. And Reezy says let's get 1,000 likes. Hey, let's go, Reezy. Come on, guys. Make sure you guys share this video. Try to get some more people to come hang out in the live stream. Let's get some more football questions on this Football Friday on Tim Reynolds Show. Here we go. Man, the chat is popping off today. We're already up to 34 likes. Hell, guys, I cannot wait to see this, man. We might be able to reach 50, maybe 100 likes on this live stream. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, Reezy, love it. Giving Amber the shout out she deserves. My beautiful wife, Amber Reynolds. Reezy Walker Down says Amber is wifey of the year. Holla. Thank you, Reezy. Appreciate you guys. That's what I'm talking about. Eastern says, if we started so well, but after Taylor dropped the ball, it was a downfall from there. Yeah, unfortunately for you, man, Indianapolis Colts definitely dropped the ball. They could have been a playoff team this year, definitely. I don't know about Super Bowl contending, definitely probably a few years away from that. But this Indianapolis Colts team definitely could have made the playoffs this year. Now, they're not completely out of it yet, and I do think that they'll win their next 3 games. But that means they finished the season at 9-8. I don't know if that's going to be good enough to get you in the playoffs, man. And not to mention that, the Bengals. The Bengals are trying to get into the playoffs as well. K-Money, shout out to you in the chat there, my brother. He says, sub to him, please. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Eric Martin Olson, welcome to the chat. The Cardinals are crazy this year. Eric, I got to tell you, they play a pretty damn good football. I'm not going to lie. To be at this point in the season, and I believe Arizona's record at the moment, 7-7, third in the NFC West, but they're only 1 game back of the division, and they finished the season off with the Panthers this week. Definitely got them winning that matchup. Hopefully they don't just try to walk in there like they're going to win that one. They definitely need to make sure they play good ball. Carolina Panthers have been playing pretty decent football in the last month. Also, Los Angeles Rams in week 17. And then they finished the season against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, chat, you tell me, do the Arizona Cardinals win their division if they are able to win those last 3 games? Yes, they will. Because that means they will own the tiebreaker over the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams right now are 8-6, leading the division. They're the team right now that all the experts say nobody wants to see in the playoffs. Yet no one's talking about my boys, the Buccaneers, on how nobody wants to play them in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Arizona Cardinals could definitely get in the playoffs. If they win out, they'll need a little help. They'll have to see what this Rams team can do. Now we'll click on the Rams here. Let's look at their schedule. So the Rams' remaining games, pretty easy. They got the Jets this week. They got Cardinals the week after that. And then the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I believe they did face Seattle earlier this year. And they won 26-20 in Seattle. This one's going to be a home game for them at the end of the season. Young London, what's going on, brother? Welcome back to the chat, man. We haven't seen you in a while. Oh, and hey, Landon, congratulations to your Carolina Panthers, man. It looks like they may have found their franchise quarterback with them playing way better football than we've seen a lot. Congratulations. K-Money, you waited this long to tell me you're a Buccaneers fan? That's your favorite team too? Come on, bro. Big shout out to you. Go Bucks, baby. Please make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to Tim Reynolds Show. Let's go, man. It's this Football Friday here as we're talking about the college football playoffs and the NFL season in week 16. So yeah, it could be crazy scenario for the NFC West to see who ends up winning that division. It's definitely going to be crazy, up in the air, seeing what's happening with that. All right, let's see. Go back to the chat here. Reezy saying, share it to them all. Let's go. Oh, shit. Like that, Reezy. Let's get them all to hit that like button, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Yep. Landon, you are so right. Definitely could have a franchise quarterback there for the Carolina Panthers. Definitely one of those teams who are on the up and up this season. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Oh, we got our next question in the chat from the fans. Who do you think is going to win the next game for the Buccaneers versus Cowboys? You gotta go with the Bucks, baby. That's right. And hey, if you guys check out my Tim Reynolds Show NFL Week 16 preview on my channel, you see how I broke down how that game could go. And I really do think the Buccaneers team has been playing like one of the better teams in the last month of the season here. And watch out, because in my opinion, this Buccaneers team could be one that no team in the NFC wants to see in the playoffs. It's going to be pretty dang dangerous, guys. Bucks all the quake, and Bake is cooking. Hell yeah. Baker Mayfield playing big ball this year, man. Landon, I know those Josh Freeman days were definitely very, very hard. Very hard in those Josh Freeman days, that's for sure.
Big celebration that's just 11 days away. We'll ring in 2025 with Times Square performances from Carrie Underwood, Jonas Brothers, TLC.
You're right, Reezy. People were doubting Baker Mayfield and shrugging him off for the longest time. Really surprising to me. Honestly, what Baker Mayfield's done with this Buccaneers franchise the last 2 seasons, I think it just doesn't get talked about enough. I think this Buccaneers team doesn't get talked about enough. I mean, similarities between my Buccaneers and my Gators. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Gators, to finish 8-5 this season with that schedule they had, they have got to make sure that they pat themselves on the back because they deserve every single recognition that they're going to get this season. Being one of the tougher teams in the SEC, I can't wait. Man, thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Come on, guys. We're trying to get up to 100 likes on this live stream, man. Let's go. Man. So who do you guys got winning the 2024 National Championship? I'd love to hear your guys' opinions in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Heisman fallouts, then there's a true Heisman, and Baker is a true Heisman, not like Johnny Manziel. Yep. Honestly, man, like, Baker really deserved that Heisman Trophy back when he won it with the University of Oklahoma. Really balled out for them. My only sad thing for Baker Mayfield in his college football career was he didn't get to win that college football playoff game. Like, can you imagine, like, even if he took the University of Oklahoma to the national championship, he would be remembered there forever. Now, he's going to because he's a Heisman Trophy winner, but, excuse me, I think he definitely would be more remembered if he was at least able to take his team to the national championship game. But hey, is what it is. Can't fix the past. I am so happy as a Bucs fan, the fact that we went from Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield, and that's all worked out. I am stoked. I am stoked and so happy for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad. All right, Reezy says, I think Oregon, but I want Texas. Yeah, Reezy, I know you're a Texas Longhorns fan, but brother, that is not the team to be betting on winning this championship this year. I really do think that there's going to be a lot more contenders over Texas. All right, so while we're at the half here, let's go over some of the college football games coming up for people to look forward to see. As you see, some shootouts already early on in the bowl season, as we see the Salute to Veterans Bowl. South Alabama was able to get the 30-23 victory over Western Michigan. And then we seen the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl, where we seen the University of Memphis Tigers take on the University of West Virginia Mountaineers. And Memphis gets the 42-37 victory over West Virginia. And big news this week in college football, as we see the University of Western Virginia, the Mountaineers football team now has a new head football coach, and Rich Rodriguez returns to the University of West Virginia to be their head coach for the second time in his career. Best of luck to Rich Rod down there, or I should say up there in West Virginia. Thank you for hanging out here, guys, on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Man, honestly, guys, pretty stoked, man. Just a typical Friday football talk here on Tim Reynolds Show. I haven't been able to do one of these live streams in a long time to just come on here and have some really good football talk with you guys, answer your questions, try to break down what we're about here on Tim Reynolds Show. You know, I'm trying to get more people to join the channel, join the social following, and join this unique sports channel. Now, I know, guys, we don't have all the little bells and whistles like you see all over everybody else. I try to keep things on mobile because I want to get more people involved in this channel, more people involved in the chat. Now, I know some people think that that's kind of bogus because once you start going forward, once you start accumulating so many subscribers, it's kind of hard to really interact with everybody in the chat, right? But I tell you what, if I could possibly get this channel to where I know it can be, I'm going to make sure to give you guys the options to be able to sign up, become a member, and get those comments in for me to be able to answer to you guys one-on-one, because you know what? This is what I'm really about, man. I want to build a sports-loving, football-loving community full of everybody to be able to come in here and just talk about football with one another, man. And guys, we're up to 36 likes on this chat. Let's go, guys. This live stream is popping off here on Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys so much. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's get back to the comments. Even though we see Notre Dame here coming back to start this second half with a huge return, they get it all the way up to the 48-yard line, already inside Indiana Hoosiers territory for that kick, or for that return. All right. Is Bo Nix good? Monty B wants to know in the chat. Hell yeah, man. Bo Nix has put himself in prime position to possibly win the 2024 Rookie of the Year for NFL. But I think right now, unless Jaden Daniels falls off the cliff, I think definitely he's got the lock for the Rookie of the Year this year. But Bo Nix is playing some of the best ball we've seen out of the quarterback position from Denver in a long time. Although he didn't look too good against the Chargers on Thursday, definitely looked like he needs to grow a little bit more and push the ball a little bit more downfield. You can't just dink and dunk everybody and expect to win the football game. Man, thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button. And also, let's get some more comments down here for this Football Friday. Please, guys, thank you so much. Heck yeah, Monty. That 98-yard touchdown to open up the scoring for the Irish was crazy. That got the fans really going early in this ball game. As we're seeing here, 3rd down and 6. Ball on the 43-yard line for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in this first playoff game. The Hoosiers bring 4, and Riley Leonard delivers a beautiful pass, but it's dropped by the wide receiver, number 5, and that's incomplete. And now 4th down and 6 coming up for the Fighting Irish. Oh, right through the hands of the receiver. A beautiful thrown ball, and he's just not able to bring that pass in. And he can't believe it. Now the Irish will be forced to punt on this first possession of the second half. A good stop there from the Indiana defense. Man, thank you guys so much. Appreciate all the support, guys. Oh my goodness, man. This live stream today has been popping off for Tim Reynolds Show, and I can't believe it. Jamie, all good, man. Appreciate you hanging out, though, here a little while and chilling with us on Tim Reynolds Show for this Friday football talk, man. What a day. What a stream. What a life, guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Now, it's been a rough week this week here for Tim Reynolds Show, so getting to see everybody and hang out with everybody has been pretty dang cool, guys.
know what you're doing now, bro. And I'm fucking there.
Thank you guys for hanging out here on Two Reynolds Show. Monty wants to know, do you think the Broncos will make the playoffs?
Now I need to score. Let me score now, chat. I actually watched it. I wasn't watching your weekend. I ain't. I want to fucking score.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out here on Two Reynolds Show. So, going over here to...
I need to score in the Indian man.
let's talk about the Denver Broncos, right? All right, so we're going to go over to the Broncos schedule here and see what's going on with them for the rest of the season, right? Could be really interesting to see what really happens. You know what I mean? So we'll see here. The Broncos left in the season had the Bengals and the Chiefs. Now, Monty, I don't know about you, brother, but I'm not really counting on the Broncos to be able to win both of those games. I'm definitely picking the Bengals next week. I just think the Bengals offense is too good. How can you bet against them right now? You know what I mean? Now, the Broncos do have a tough defense, so it could be really interesting to see what happens with the Denver Broncos. That's for sure. But I don't think the Broncos will make the playoffs. No, I really don't. They finished the season against Kansas City Chiefs. So with both of those losses there, that would mean they finish the season at 9-8. So yeah, if they win next week against the Bengals, let's say they do that, I think that means they'll probably make the playoffs. Because when you have 10 wins, that almost pretty much assures you that you're going to get in. But right now, the AFC playoff picture is stacked right now. So looking at the standings, right now, in the wild card spots is Baltimore, the Chargers, and the Broncos as it sits right now. Every single one of those teams have 9 wins. Now, the Colts, the Dolphins, and the Bengals all still have a chance to get in for those wild card spots. Kenneth Brown, welcome to the chat. Shouting out, go Bengals. Now, if we go to each of these teams, I don't think Indianapolis and the Miami Dolphins are going to be able to do enough in order for them to get into the playoffs. As we see, Miami has San Francisco, the Browns, and then the Jets. So, ending the season against the Jets and the Browns, they do have a chance of maybe winning out. San Francisco is going to be a tough matchup for the Miami Dolphins coming up this weekend, especially with wide receiver Tyreek Hill reportedly might be out of this game, and they're already going to be without wide receiver Jaden Waddle for the Miami Dolphins. That's going to be pretty tough for them going forward. Now, the Broncos have the toughest remaining schedule. The Indianapolis Colts have the easiest remaining schedule. So, Titans this week, Giants the week after that, and then the Jaguars. So, if the Indianapolis Colts win out, they'll finish at 9-8. So that means if the Broncos, like I think they're going to do, which is lose the remaining games, they're going to finish at 9-8. So who has the tiebreaker? Well, the Broncos have the tiebreaker over the Colts. So the Colts winning out for the Broncos doesn't matter right now. Even if the Broncos lose their remaining games, they will still be over the Colts, even if the Colts win all of their remaining games, which I expect they will. Guess what the biggest factor here, guys? Well, we see, I thought the Broncos had faced the Dolphins this year, but it looks like they actually haven't. So Miami automatically is more than likely eliminated for this reason only. They lost to the Colts. So because Miami lost to the Colts earlier this year, that means that they will get leapfrogged even if they win out the rest of the season to go 9-8. It means the Colts win out. They'll be 9-8. The Colts are over them at a tied record. That means the Colts are over Miami. But because Denver beat the Colts, that means Denver at 9-8 will be over Miami and Indianapolis. So that means realistically, even though the Colts and the Dolphins are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, more than likely they will be, because the Cincinnati Bengals have the Browns this week, then the Broncos, and then the Steelers. So if the Cincinnati Bengals win out, they're going to be able to get that playoff spot. Guys, why is nobody talking about this? Why is nobody talking about the Cincinnati Bengals right now? You talk about a team nobody wants to see in the playoffs. Nobody wants to see the Cincinnati Bengals offense in the playoffs. I will tell you that, guys. And man, Indiana, this offense is doing terrible for the University of Indiana. They can't get nothing going against this Fighting Irish. As we see, the Irish still lead 7-3 in this matchup. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, Christopher, DJ Lagway played pretty dang good today for the Gators. That's for sure. Yeah, so if the Bengals win out, they'll be able to clinch a playoff spot, I think. Yeah, so Kenneth, I was talking about the Dolphins just on how they relate to the playoff standings right now, on who's able to get in, when, and where. Christopher, that's a terrible joke, man. What's going on, Adam? Welcome, guys. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate all the love and support here, guys, as we're talking football on this Football Friday. Man, we seen Friday Night SmackDown just got over with. Oh, and speaking of which, we got our local WWE fan, Tyler, in the chat saying, who you got, Seth Rollins or CM Punk? Oh, you know I'm rolling with Seth Rollins, dog. Come on, man. That's going to be one hell of a game. Or I should say one hell of a match. On Monday Night Raw, when they go to Netflix on January 6th, that's going to be one hell of a show on Netflix. And you're right, Kenneth. Indiana's getting freaking clapped right now, man. Just dominated by the Fighting Irish. I was going to...
He's under contract through 2030.
Yep, we see the head coach there, Freeman, for the Irish, yelling at the referees, telling them to do their job. That's a good head coach right there, that's for sure. Riley Leonard scrambling to his right, able to complete that pass for another first down. And I tell you what, we got 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And if the Irish are able to march down the field and get a score here, go up 24-3, I think that's going to put the game out of reach for Indiana. Chat, you're right. This game's already over. They probably ain't getting nowhere. And man, almost another first down there from the Irish on that next play. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the comments, guys, hanging out here on this Football Friday. We're up to 36 likes on this live stream. Wow. What an accomplishment, man. And how about Marcus Freeman for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish? He's got 11 ranked wins in his first 3 seasons, which is actually the most in Notre Dame history in his first 3 seasons as a head coach. Congratulations to him. All-out blitz coming. Oh, and the Irish are able to complete that pass for a first down all the way down to the 20-yard line as they are in the red zone now. The Fighting Irish looking to put this game away here in the third quarter. We'll see what happens. Oh, dang. Peace out, Kenneth. Hope everything's okay. Holy crap. Tyler, you think WWE live stream for Netflix? You know, do some play-by-play or something like that? It might be pretty cool. Especially for Netflix. Everybody's going to be watching it, right? But not everybody has Netflix, right? I guess. Well, a lot of people have Netflix, though. I don't know. Yeah, I do too, Tyler. I definitely think Roman Reigns is going to destroy Solo Sikoa. That Monday Night Raw on Netflix is going to be badass. That's for sure. Man, what an awesome Football Friday it's been here with you guys. I do appreciate y'all hanging out with us here. All right, so Notre Dame still trying to put this one away. We're approaching 7 minutes to go here, but on the last 2 plays, we've seen the Notre Dame Irish back up here 4 yards. So, hell yeah, M&M Cup Series. Big Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. You can see the sign right there. Got some of my memorabilia right there, and also, see, I got Champions towel. You can see a bunch of jerseys. Yeah, bunch of jerseys there, you know. So, yeah. Definitely a Bucs fan. Definitely Bucs fan. Buffalo Bills fans, don't hop on YouTube. Monty, Justin Jefferson is overrated? Your comment is overrated, guy. Come on, bro. Any team would want Justin Jefferson on their football team right now. Any team. Broncos beat the Saints. Hell yeah. Shout out to your Saints, though. M&M Cup Series. Divisional rival. Hadn't played good this season. Definitely didn't think they were, but playing pretty competitive with that interim head coach the last couple of weeks. Sorry to hear about Alvin Kamara, though. Looks like he's going to miss the rest of the season with a groin injury. Definitely one of those injuries he's had quite a while. All right, chat popping off here. Boo Tampa. Tyler, we're supposed to be friends. Why are you booing Tampa Bay? Your Chiefs got the win against us in overtime. I mean, barely. Barely. But come on, man. Are you serious, dude? Heck yeah, I knew you were joking, Monty B. You know Jefferson's a beast, dude. M&M's, what's going on, man? I haven't been happy since 09. Come on, man. That's when I graduated high school, bro. You got to get happy at some point. Come on now. Thank you guys for hanging out here on the Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. Oh, you mean for your Saints? Oh, yes. Yes, it's been very tough for the Saints. That year in 2020 when the Bucs won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady, everyone was picking the Saints. Everybody was. And the Bucs took it to them in the playoffs that year. Wow. That was definitely crazy. Although, I will say this, most people don't like this, but you know what? The Saints should have made the Super Bowl the years the Rams did against the Patriots. It should have been the Saints versus the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl when Jared Goff took the Los Angeles Rams to the playoffs that year. Dude, the Saints got robbed by one of the worst no calls from referees in football history. And look, I'm a Bucs fan. We've been hosed before in the NFC Championship game against the St. Louis Rams, where my Buccaneers squad had a touchdown pass, and they did not let us keep it at all. The refs really screwed us there. It was like 1999, I believe, the 1999 season. Made it all the way to the NFC Championship game with Tony Dungy and a rookie quarterback, Sean King, third-string running back. Got us to the NFC Championship game with our dominating defense. So we see there on that possession for the Fighting Irish, the defense for Indiana steps up big. Uh-oh. It's a fake field goal attempt here. As we see the Irish in a big move. Oh! Throw it to the tight end. Oh, no! And Indiana sniffs out the fake attempt. And man, the head coach is smirking over there. Wow. Man, Notre Dame almost pulled off that big play. No, actually the play's not even going to count.
Panic mode, defense trying to get aligned with the movement and the quick snap. He's running down the sideline on the far side and gets...
Oh my goodness. Wow, Kurt Signetti just hurt his team. The head coach just hurt his team. So Notre Dame, instead of kicking the field goal to go up by 17 points, they do a fake kick. They throw it out after the whole formation, all of the offensive line, and the field goal setup shifts to the left, right? They throw a little screen pass right over to somebody who's right behind all that blocking, and they don't get it. The defense for Indiana comes up with a big stop, but there was a timeout called. Now they're going to kick the 28-yard field goal and go up by 17. That sucks for Indiana, man. That is brutal. Tyler, hey, that's what happens when you poke the bear, man. You got to quit poking the bear, Tyler. Plus, you're a Chiefs fan, Tyler. When you got a Chiefs logo as your logo here on YouTube, you know they're going to get you, man. Eminem, dude, thank you for the subscribe there. Appreciate you, man. He says, what about college? Eminem, what you mean, what about college, man? What do you got? Let me see here. Yeah. Your question, be a little bit more about your question there. Eminem Cub series. What about college football? You go ahead and finish that question there for me. I should be able to get you an answer there, my brother. K-Money, take it easy, man. Look, I think any freaking football stadium that can be packed with screaming fans, you don't care who they are. It could be a bunch of little 14-year-old girls. If they're screaming about your football team and making it loud for the other team's offense, let's go, dude. I don't care who it is. Charlie, what's going on? Shout out to you coming out to the chat. Do you like Dom Mysterio, says Tyler. Actually, yeah, Dominic Mysterio to me is turning in one of those like premier guys that you look forward to seeing every time he's on TV, whether he's talking or wrestling. And he wrestles pretty good. I gotta admit, he's had one of the he's wrestled some of the most matches in 2024 this season for the WWE. And honestly, I really do think he's done very, very well as a heel for WWE. Let's go, Bucks. Shout out K-Money in the chat. Hell yeah. Go Buccaneers, baby. All right, guys. Only got a few more minutes here. We're going to get off of the live stream here in about 3 or 4 minutes. So I want to get a couple more questions in. Let's see how many more likes we can get. We got up to 37 likes on this live stream. I think we can make a push here to possibly get it up to 40, maybe even get it up to 50 before we end this live stream. Appreciate you guys. K-Money, I get this question a lot, man. Who's your favorite Buccaneers player of all time? Well, guys, let's see. Is he up there? Can you see him up there? Right up there. It's an autographed photo of him. That's Mike Allstott, man. That's my favorite Buccaneer player of all time. Also, it's here, let me get it because it's off the camera right now. But right here, I have an autographed hat as well for my favorite player, Mike Allstott, number 40 for the Buccaneers. The A-Train, baby. One of the best guys ever to watch play Buccaneer football. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man. Woo! Your dream match is Adam Hangman Page versus Drew McIntyre. Drew would destroy him. Drew would destroy Adam Page. That's for sure. All right, so Charlie wants to know who's better, Mahomes or Brady? David, Coda, what's going on, man? Shout out to you in the chat. Guys, this is Football Friday here on Tim Reynolds Show. We're fixing to finish up the last few minutes of this live stream. This has been really awesome, guys. What a hell of a Friday night live stream that we're doing here. This has been pretty awesome. Charlie wants to know who's better, Mahomes or Brady. You got to go with Brady right now. I think Patrick Mahomes has solidified himself as a future Hall of Famer. He's already the best Kansas City Chiefs quarterback of all time, that's for sure. And with 3 Super Bowl wins and all the MVPs that he's got, he's definitely going to the Hall of Fame. But guys, let's not forget, Tom Brady is a 7-time Super Bowl champion, okay? And not only that, he won with the New England Patriots, who right now, they haven't been able to win with nobody, really. They had one good season with Mac Jones. That really wasn't, I think that was an outlier. I think that was more about Bill Belichick's defense, you know what I'm saying? But the Patriots haven't been right since Brady left, right? But I think where Patrick Mahomes, let's say Patrick Mahomes wins 5 Super Bowls with the Chiefs. Maybe gets to 6. I think at that point, you could probably say Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, or pretty much at even with par with him as far as like who's the greatest quarterback, right? But for me, I think Patrick Mahomes, in order for him to be able to prove that he's better than Tom Brady, he may have to leave KC. Because if he leaves Kansas City, you know, in his older years, later in his contract, kind of like a Tom Brady did, which honestly, I don't ever see the Chiefs letting Mahomes go. Why would you do that? Like, Mahomes should have a lifetime contract. Like, give him a contract till the day he wants to retire if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. That's really what you should do. But what I'm saying is that unless Mahomes wins 6 or 7 Super Bowls, I don't think he's going to pass Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady has solidified himself as the GOAT. He'll stay that way until somebody else can win 6 or more Super Bowls, in my opinion. And especially, let's say Patrick Mahomes ends up winning 5 Super Bowls with Kansas City. Well, if he wins that many with KC, and then he leaves and goes and wins a Super Bowl elsewhere like Tom Brady did, or like Peyton Manning, dude, best quarterback of all time. Patrick Mahomes would be the best quarterback of all time if that ever happened. So, yeah, I didn't even know Mahomes was 29. So, David, favorite football team is my Tampa Bay Bucks. You can see some of the gear over there, my setup, my big Buccaneers sign as well. Big diehard Buccaneers fan. Thank you for joining the chat, David. Appreciate you guys. Please make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to Tim Reynolds Show. All right, so Notre Dame did end up getting that field goal. They went up 20-3. as we're heading near the fourth quarter, and looks like the Hoosiers are already punting again on their next offensive possession. Man, not able to get anything going, and man, a wide open wide receiver, and Rourke just overthrows his intended target. That is tough for the Indiana team, and they'll have to punt now. Yeah, Smalls, appreciate you, man. I know you said you hate Patrick Mahomes. What I was saying is I think Tom Brady's the GOAT. I think Tom Brady solidified himself as the greatest quarterback of all time. In order for Patrick Mahomes to be able to put on that mantle to go above Tom Brady, to be a better quarterback than Tom Brady was, I believe he's got to win at least 6 Super Bowls. Now, if he wins 5, but goes and wins another Super Bowl with another franchise, by all means, that's going to put Patrick Mahomes in the GOAT conversation as probably the greatest quarterback of all time. Eminem's, he's asking about, do you like college football? Hell yeah, we like college football, man. We're watching the college football playoff right now on the TV. And man, what a boring game too, man. As Indiana is getting blown out 20-3 by the Irish, and it's not even that close. It's really not even that close, to be honest with you. Thank you, Smalls, for your chat. Appreciate you guys. I want Godwin back too, Smalls. That's for sure. Appreciate you, Buccaneers fans. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Let's freaking go, baby. All right. Finish up the chats here. I hope we re-sign. Godwin, says Charlie. Hey, you know what, Charlie? I'll tell you this. I know the cap number is going to probably be at one of those top 5, top 10 wide receiver paid, right, for Godwin. I think you got to re-sign him. I know it's going to be tough for general manager Jason Light to be able to re-sign Chris Godwin, but you've seen how important he was to this offense before he went out with the injury. I'm telling you guys right now, if Chris Godwin didn't get injured, if Antoine Winfield Jr., our all-pro safety, didn't get injured at the beginning of the season, this Buccaneers team would be one of the top teams in the NFC right now. They'd be contending with the Detroit Lions. They'd be contending with the Philadelphia Eagles as far as record goes in the top of the NFC. And guess what? Even with us being 8-6 right now, guys, we're averaging 21 points plus in our 6 losses that we've had this year. But in our 8 wins, 2 of those are against the Lions and the Eagles. What's up with that? That's what I'm talking about, man. Look out for this Buccaneers team. I'm telling you, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with in these playoffs. And I'm telling you right now, nobody's going to want to face this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team in the 2024 playoffs. That is for certain. All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all so much, man. This has been so much fun hanging out with you guys here on Tim Reynolds Show. And guys, before we get off here, I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. Thank you for taking the time to come here and hang out with this big old sports fan right here. This has been a dream of mine to start my own YouTube channel, and it's just really awesome to see all the positive feedback from everybody. I do really appreciate all the support here. I'm trying to grow this channel as fast as I can to hopefully be able to do this full time as a job and be really able to grow a community full of people that I want to just share my football knowledge, my love for football with everybody. And not only that, we're all about wrestling and camaraderie here as well. I'm doing stuff on college football, WWE, NFL football, and also when the NASCAR season starts up in 2025, I'll be doing that as well, as I covered most of the 2024 NASCAR season this past year. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate all the love and support. Thank you guys so much. make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Go check out more of my stuff. Yes, Eminem Cup Series. Yes, dude, go check out my NASCAR content. You may have to scroll a little bit on my channel. I did a review after every single race on what exactly happened. Try to keep them short and sweet, you know, so that it's a little bit easier for people to get to. So appreciate you guys. Tyler says we should be doing a Discord server. Yep, Tyler, I haven't quite figured out the Discord server yet. I do have my own Discord channel of Tim Reynolds Show on Discord, so you guys can check that out maybe if you want to. I'm also on Instagram at Tim Reynolds Show, and also you can find me at Timothy Reynolds on Facebook as well. So make sure you guys check those out as well. But please, if you guys can do me a favor, if I can ask one thing for y'all here on this holiday season, is try to spread some love and joy to your friends and family and anybody that you can. Try to be nice or do something nice for a stranger maybe, or just a friend you haven't seen in a while. Make sure you call that family member or maybe that friend you haven't talked to in a long time and just tell them that you love them. Give them a Merry Christmas, give them a shout out, and just make sure, guys, you're always checking on your friends and family and appreciate them and love them while they're here, because, hey, me and my wife, we're going through a loss. Her mother passed away near the end of October, so this is our first holiday season without that family member. So definitely, it's one of these times where you want to, for me, the holiday season is always the best time of the year to be able to cherish just the things that you have, be grateful for the things that you have, and also grateful for the people that you have in your life. Because, hey, even if you got only one person loving you, man, that's more than a lot of people have on this planet, and that's for sure. And we can't take for granted anything in this lifetime, guys. And I don't take for granted any single one of y'all in the chat. Charlie, appreciate that, man. Guys, all of you, shout out. I got to give some shout outs here before we go, okay? So shout out K-Money 210. Yo, you've been in the chat since we started, man. Charlie C, thank you for joining us. Eminem Cup Series, appreciate you, brother. Don't forget to check out that NASCAR content, please, man. I didn't get a lot of likes or reviews on that NASCAR stuff on my channel. So Eminem Cup Series, man, if I can see you with some comments and you hit that like button on a couple of those videos for me, I'll definitely make sure I get back to you in those comments and shout out to you as well. Tyler, always a pleasure, man, having you on the channel. Appreciate you. Smalls, I see your picture there. You must be a Bucks fan. It's always awesome to have Bucks fans here on Tim Reynolds Show. And keep in mind, Smalls, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also come to check out my Tampa Bay Buccaneers live play-by-play. I do every single Buccaneer game this season on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you come back to the chat. Check that out. I'll be looking for you in the comments there. All right, guys, before we go, let's scroll back up to make sure we don't miss anybody here that I want to give some shout outs to. I really appreciate Monty B14 also hanging out in the chat. Thank you, man. And also, just to remember a few more people that started this chat out. Jamie as well, shout out to you. I know you came in the chat. And also got to give a shout out to my wife, Amber, who also came into the chat to help out with everybody. And guys, K-Money, appreciate you. Listen, guys, seriously, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Being able to see the type of response, the type of hype, the type of love and camaraderie that I'm getting from doing this, man. Like, I'm putting in the work. I still gotta do a WWE show review later on tonight after we do this live stream. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be reviewing Friday Night SmackDown. Apparently it was a big show. I gotta go check it out, rewatch it too, to be able to get that up on the channel as well. Thank you so much, K-Money, for that in the chat. Make sure you guys do like and subscribe. We got up to 39 likes on this live stream. That is freaking awesome. I can't believe it. And guys, I do want to do a little update here for you guys because I can't believe this is actually real. But guys, we reached over 700 subscribers on Tim Reynolds Show. Guys, yes, that is what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it so much, man. All the love from everybody, all the support. It means a lot to me, guys. Please, everybody, shout out to you in the chat. K-Money, Charlie, Eminem Cup Series, Tyler, Jamie, Smalls. Guys, please go ahead and get on my content hit me up in the comments on some of these ones you could check out. Even if it's just my latest video, you'll see I'll have the NFL preview there for week 16. Y'all should check that out. Please make sure you hit that like button on those. I'm trying to get more likes as well on my main video feed. I tend to do pretty well on these live streams, but you know how those can go from time to time. You know what I'm saying, guys? So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all of you, for everybody that subscribes, for everybody that comments, for everybody that just takes the time to come here, comment a little bit, and hang out a little bit with Tim Reynolds Show. This has been an awesome Football Friday, just talking ball with you guys. So please make sure you guys like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Shout out to all of you guys, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Tim Reynolds Show. This is Tim Reynolds, Timothy Reynolds. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all. And guys, it does look like the Notre Dame Fighting Irish are pulling away here in the fourth quarter, as Marcus Freeman is 28-1 in his career when leading into the fourth quarter. So I expect the Irish will be able to win this game. And guys, thank you so much, man. I can't believe how many people we've had hopping on over and over here in this live stream. It's been crazy. It's been awesome. And you know what? Thank you. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, man. You guys freaking rock. Thank you guys. Please make sure you like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. And we'll see you guys later. Enjoy this college football playoff, man. It's going to be crazy. You know, let's give you guys my picks here real quick for the college football playoff. So obviously, I did pick Notre Dame at the beginning of this one. I knew they were going to win against Indiana. I just didn't think it'd be a blowout. I personally have 11-11 SMU upsetting Penn State tomorrow. Clemson, number 12. I think they will be able to beat Texas, the number 5 team. I just don't trust Texas after what they did in the SEC championship game. You know what I'm saying? I got the University of Tennessee defeating Ohio State because I just think Ohio State's going to have another letdown, and they'll probably end up firing their head coach Ryan Day after that. So that means next weekend, for New Year's Day, we will see, by my predictions here, the number 12 ranked Clemson Tigers taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils. And then we will see the winner of, well, actually maybe not, because I think maybe the number 1 seed might face the lower seed. I'm not sure about that one. That actually might be a little confusing. But if it stays with the bracket here, which I think it's supposed to, that means Oregon, number 1 ranked team, will face either Ohio State or Tennessee. I believe they'll end up facing Tennessee in the Rose Bowl. Although I think they'd much rather have 2 Big Ten teams in for the Rose Bowl game. That would be pretty awesome. And then the number 3 ranked team in the college football playoff, the number 3 ranked Boise State Broncos, will be in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl against, more than likely, SMU. That's who I have winning that game. And I'm definitely rolling with the Broncos in that one. And then Notre Dame will be taking on Georgia next week. I would say Georgia, but Georgia's going to have to start their backup quarterback. So is that going to be a big difference? Not really. Georgia's defense is too good. I think they'll be able to take it to the Indiana, or I should say Notre Dame Fighting Irish in that game next week. So be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, can't wait to see what happens in this college football playoff. Can't wait to see what happens in week 16 of the 2024 college football season as well. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing to Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you check out all the rest of my content, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time on the next live stream and play-by-play right here on Tim Reynolds Show. Peace out, everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Tim Reynolds Show.